are back here at Banks versus Davis, but as you can see, I am not joined by Banks. I have Thomas Tuchel's number one op, NYC's own, one half of the Blackberry and Van.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you for
Kyrie. I am Ludacris in Fast and Furious 2 to you guys.
Tej.
Okay.
I would say that is a good comp. You're the third chair, a BVD, the
Yeah.
B in the V when it's not versus. For those of
Yes.
y'all that have been around since day one, Van is our go-to guy if Banks can't make it or I can't make it.
Absolutely.
We always can lean on Van.
Absolutely,
To,
man. Appreciate y'all boys, man.
nah, again, vice versa. As I was telling Banks, we got to try to get you next on again. At this point, now that Banks is flip flopped, he's done his big show turn with Doomsday. We got to get you
Yeah,
all that Comic
yeah.
Con weekend to react to the trailer and
I think
whatever else
he's
they'll
not he's not
announce.
here today because he know what was coming his way, you
He's,
know?
I ain't running.
He ducked the fade, bro.
That's something we won't get into as much today. But you and I have both been on the look, I'll see it. Of course, I'll see it. But at the same time, I'm not excited for it.
Not can't you
I
can't
think it's
be.
the I think it's the ultimate cop out of the 2020s, which is going back to
Yep.
Downey, going back to we're in danger. We're in like
Yep.
that
Pull a
mode of
case
like,
emergency kind of thing. Breaking
yeah.
case emergency times, you know.
So I mean, there's also a lot of places that need some help besides them. But let's start
Mm.
off as we were talking about off air. The World Cup is going on, and
Yes.
unfortunately, the result remains the same. It's still not coming home.
Yeah.
As I was saying on the last couple episodes, I am an England fan. I've just always been. It probably goes back to that FIFA 2006 game,
Oh
and they
yeah,
had
bro.
Wayne Rooney, Beckham. Even though I wasn't fucking with obviously for what little football knowledge I had at the time, Gerrard and Lampard and
Yeah, all the
John Terry,
guys.
Ashley Cole. But
Rio
they had
Ferdinand, all those guys.
the
Yeah.
cream of the crop of the Premier League,
Hmm.
and there's some English ancestry on my side. I believe it's on my dad's side. I think it's split between English and Irish, but that also goes back to the other part of maybe why I shouldn't be so pro and do the old. Are you a Catholic? Are you a Protestant? Son, what are you?
That
What's going
colonialism,
on?
bro.
Yeah,
Colonialism. Yeah.
or but but anyway, I like to root for England, and I'd say I was invested in the Euro 2021 team. I didn't care as
Right.
much for the World Cup 2022 because it was so late in that year. It just felt so weird with the
Yeah.
timing of it all, and
Happened mid
just
season too. So it was like
and it's
this is
post
AFCON.
it's post COVID as well as and
Yeah.
just that mindset of like. But then they had a great showing at Euro 2024.
Yep.
Lost again. Famously, I brought this up a while back. Josh and myself, we did a whole Manchester United episode in 2021.
Yep.
You can't listen to it because it's copyrighted with all the
Yeah. It's copyrighted now.
At that time, I was saying like they just need to go and pay Tottenham whatever they want for Harry Kane. He's going to score goals. He's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Sure, you're going to help Tottenham get 3 or 4 more players for the price, but
Well,
everyone knows
Tottenham.
Harry Kane's a top
Yeah.
tier striker. And at that time, I think it was still in the Solskjaer era. So I'm like, but if he flames out, I believe in Gareth Southgate. I was a Southgate defender, and seeing how it played out this year with Tuchel in charge, and you were saying they were playing boring football. So elaborate on the boring football that the Tuchel tactics that he would employ, and why you're not necessarily a fan of it.
It's just like the problem with England is they have so much talent. Don't get me wrong. It's just they play scared. I feel like that Mikel Arteta just survived the game mindset has dripped into the national side, and it's hurt the creativity that like England was always known for. Like now it's just like you have a bunch of guys that are like athletically super gifted, but you don't have any creativity. It's just no person. It's no flavor. It's like a flavorless team with all the talent in the world, man. It's annoying.
And it goes back to the squad he picked. He left off Phil Foden.
Yep.
Cole Palmer himself. Cole Palmer. He left
Yeah.
off Harry Maguire, the slab
head.
Um,
Trent Alexander-Arnold was like,
and he picked Jordan Henderson, Saudi Arabia's own Jordan Henderson, who gets injured
shut down on him
by hopping over the barricade in a 2005 Royal Rumble-esque injury of like what happened? But
yeah.
And there's been controversy because I just turned on the game real quick to see England's already went up. The reason we're recording now, I don't give a fuck about a third place game.
Yeah, third place.
Save that.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not. I want to be like utter woke nonsense. But it come on, a third place.
You on your
game?
James Harrison shit? Just
Yeah,
like, oh man, no participation trophies.
Yeah, but before the game, it was Kobe Mainu listed as inactive due to injury, and you and I've been trying to quit the Man United drug due to the Ten Hag and the Ruben Amorim era. I'm Leeds has been like, you know, my girl on the side to kind of come to these last
right. That's a good little comfort team, you know.
But then they brought back my guy Michael Carrick, and he's at the helm. So I'm like, just when I thought they were out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
And what does Carrick do as soon as he gets here? Kobe Mainu, you're in, son.
You're in, kid.
You're in. Yeah. I don't get how it can be the same thing on the national squad. Kobe Mainu is 21. I don't think this kid. I don't even want to say kid, but I don't think this guy's the problem. I don't think this guy can go and like shout at Amorim, shout at Tuchel, and just walk in like with a dick full of confidence or anything like that.
Yeah. But it's the modern day job experience with him. It's like, I need experience to get better, but you won't give me the experience to get better, you know?
It's like Declan Rice is semi-injured, but he's going to get the start, and like Elliot Anderson's going to go down there. First of all, Morgan Rogers got paid today. Elliot Anderson just got paid. What did these guys do? I didn't keep as much on the other teams during the past Premier League season. Yeah. But seeing them on the national team, I'm like, Elliot Anderson is just like around.
He's a
Morgan
guy.
Rogers started on the the game against Argentina and contributed nothing. And I'm just like, $100 million for both these guys each, like
like the transfer market is just so fucked and inflated now. It's just like you're seeing mediocre guys who probably would have went for like 60, 70 million back in the day, going for these $100+ million, and it's hurting the market. And it's like it kind of shines the light on what's kind of wrong with the Premier League at this point. It's like it's all about just trying to find maximal value for these players and not really caring about tactics or like long-term success. You know,
it goes not to because your team ended up benefiting this, but it goes to the one guy for 4 picks, first round pick mindset, like Rudy Gobert, 5 first-round picks, Mikal Bridges, 5 first-round picks, Desmond Bain.
He's transferred into soccer now.
Like, what do you mean first 4 for Desmond Bain? Like, is he gonna grab 10 boards and dish out 8 assists at the same time? Or is he just gonna go 6 for 10 at the 3? Like,
exactly. Is it like a game-changing player? No, but you know.
So that's like seeing that news today, and the Elliot Anderson thing, like right as I think the tournament started, that was announced because it's just like 100 like. This guy, like, okay, because he's starting right now, it's like let's just buy him quick, and then that news will quiet down. But like, to see that the squad didn't even bother playing him, or like not again the Man United bias, but like the Marcus Rashford, again considering the kind of resurgence he has, but he was also in that same Kobe Mainu position of like, this guy's the problem. How is this guy the problem? This guy was the savior. How's this guy the problem?
But it points to the same problem I have with the English team. It's like if you're creative player, we don't want nothing to do with you. We just want you to pass it backwards, keep it safe, possession ball. It's like that's not how you win. Look at France, bro. Those guys are going all out. Don't give a fuck about tactics.
France has the ultimate cheat code though. They literally have one guy who's just like, get out my fucking way.
Yeah, but even look at the guys on the wings like Doué and Olise. These are creative dudes, bro. You know.
And then at the same, they have their own Tatum Brown thing with Dembele and Mbappe. Of like,
exactly.
Fucking need this guy for what do you mean? Like, huh? Like,
exactly. You know what's funny about Mbappe? He has that at the club level too with him and Vinny.
No, I was gonna explaining the Mbappe thing to my girlfriend who doesn't pay that much attention to soccer. I'm like, everywhere this guy kind of goes, and I had to kind of familiarize myself with how he was running PSG.
Oh yeah.
That it was his way and the only way.
Yeah, militant, bro.
Yeah. So to see him try to do the same thing with the national team of like, Dembele, get back.
Fall back, bro. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
even though you're a Ballon d'Or winner, coming off of winning the Champions League again,
the 2 Champions Leagues when we ditched your ass. Like, what do you mean? Like, get back. It's literally that mindset of like, but you can't say like they would be better off of Mbappe because that'd be crazy.
Yeah. He's talented. He's the most talented player in the world right now to me, but it's just like his mentality kind of has to change a little bit, you know.
Who else would you compare him to where he's kind of like that guy and that guy only, and you could put anyone else around me and we'll still have a chance? I mean,
I would say like he kind of reminds me of Kyrie post Cavs, like where he's just the super talented player, but like
I
he
would
kind of
say he
gets in
has
his
a
own way.
that is a good one. I would say I'd 10 times out of 10 I'd pick Mbappe than I would over Kyrie.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
because it's and also a Kyrie it's the injury thing, whereas as Mbappe,
Exactly.
well, it
It's
seems
just
like
a
he started to have
mentality.
injuries with the Real Madrid thing of like now he doesn't want to play or and who do they get to come mentor him this year? Jose. They're
Oh
like,
my. Let's add more fire to this already toxic situation and bring in Jose, who's known for like I don't think Jose's ever de-escalated a situation in his life. So to put him in
well,
this team is crazy.
and there's the Vinny of it all. And Jude
Yeah,
Bellingham showed like he is that fucking guy, even though the
yeah.
English media is like he's not that guy. He's not
Well,
tough man. He's
well,
not
in
that.
England,
He's not.
if you don't give the media whatever they want, they'll turn you into a villain. You know, that's just
Well,
what they do.
yeah, and I 100% believe what Ian Wright said, which is they're not ready for a black
No,
superstar on the
no,
national team.
no.
When it's like, if it's not Harry Kane, it's Jude Bellingham. Like that's and prior to like all the sabotaging by the media and the club at the time, Rashford was going to be that
Yeah,
Jude Bellingham type
and you
guy.
seen what happened.
Yeah, and I think it's just like in that racial politics, which is everyone was trying to kind of filter in and out of the World Cup with each country and its strengths and weaknesses, and
Yeah,
you
and
could
you know
see,
it's gonna affect them hard. I think by the time next World Cup come around, because most of their best players are gonna be black guys, bro.
yeah.
He's gonna
Well,
have
you could
Jude,
see that with
Gahey,
you could see
Saka.
that with France, you could see that with Spain,
Yeah,
you can see that with Brazil, almost at this point. Like,
yeah.
and I don't want to do that whole thing of like because it sounds bad. Like I wish these guys would play more for the ancestral country.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish they would play for like if they do have the African lineage,
Right, the
play
origin
for them
team.
and that
Yeah.
instead of like boost that ego of like the France, the Belgium even and
Mm-hmm.
because like when you look at the Belgium team, it's like and that's what I was saying that about the U.S. team when I watched that HBO propaganda doc about the U.S. team. Like there's a lot of brothers on this team, a lot of
A
brothers,
lot,
and
yeah.
the U.S. fans are gonna watch me like, what the hell is? I thought
Fuck
this
is this
was soccer.
guy?
Yeah, like who? Like and Balogun has to bow them out, and they'll be like, oh, yeah,
We
yes,
love
yes,
him,
we need
save
this
him.
guy.
Let's bend the
Meanwhile,
rules for him.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
look how that played out, but that wasn't a shock to me. But the England
Yeah.
part of it, yeah, I agree. They played too safe against Argentina. They got up
Yeah.
early, and the substitutions that everyone was critical of, like bringing in Dan Burn and bringing in Nico
Yeah.
O'Reilly, to
At that
like
point, they
do
should
that
have just
whole.
kept swinging at him, bro. Just keep
That's where I'm
swinging.
like, bring in Rashford, bring in
Yeah, your gun, your heavy guns.
yeah,
Yeah,
bring in someone else to score because you can't do the like, all right, what everyone said the Falcons should have done. Just
yeah.
drain the clock,
Run the ball. No, you
run
got
the
to keep
ball, don't
firing.
throw, don't you can't do that. You have to keep the pressure on it, and because the goals that they gave up. The thing was I watched that game on a tape delay. I turned everything off in terms of like apps to
Yeah,
not see any results. So when I got home, I didn't see anything. I just turned on the game and watched from start to finish. And that goal, I legit like I died inside. I was like, oh no. And then they
yeah,
scored the second one within mere minutes later. I'm like, yeah, it's over. They're not because you could just see that they were defeated after giving up the first one. It was just that mindset of like, oh yeah, we can't win now. It's
yeah.
1-1, but
Exactly.
we can't win. And that mindset I think is tough for them to get out of because it's like you said, the same crop of guys who went through Euro 2021 with the penalty kicks, Euro
Exactly.
2024 with the matchup with Spain, and they just kind of always feel of like that Buffalo Bills syndrome of like Josh Allen sitting on the bench of like I've been here before, like time and time again. It's the same fucking
It's
ending.
like I just never understood like playing for set pieces and shit at the national level and stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like this is when you're supposed to let your guys loose and let them shit have fun, you know. And I think even bringing guys who had these elongated seasons and starting them, it's a problem. Like Declan, I understand he's one of the best midfielders in the world in my opinion. So playing him cool, but like Saka, I wouldn't have brought Saka. Like he looked finished in March. He looked tired, you know.
Every time he was on, it just looked like he didn't know what to do with the ball. And that
Yeah,
was the most embarrassing part. It's like, and that's where I'm just kind of like, I mean, the one guy who got paid prior to the tournament and actually looked like he was worth the money was Anthony Gordon because he was
yeah,
only kicking, swinging those crosses in, contributing to goals. He scored the only goal against Argentina, obviously. So he
hmm
looked like the guy that is worth the money he actually got in this transfer market window
Yeah.
compared to Rogers and Anderson. But yeah, it's like the fact that Bellingham and Harry Kane had to score all the goals within like the box region just goes to show like that's how like tough it was for them to just push the ball upfield because
Yeah.
they just had to constantly run at the goalkeeper, run at him time and time in because whoever was on that right wing, was it Maduke, was it Saka, was it whoever, Morgan Rogers was not going to contribute, and that's where.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to get into like should a non-Englishman manage England, that whole mindset of.
Oh yeah, because that's another thing with
Yeah, like it's not worked out for them in the past. And now they've like you'd have to give credit. They made the semis in his first time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But everyone was super critical of him coming in, and everyone's super critical even more of how he played it. So it's just a matter of like, would you want to give this guy another shot if Euro 2028 doesn't go their way, which it's kind of hard to see, but like you're saying, but based off the young talent that they'll have, but also that's still kind of prime France, that's still prime Spain.
Yeah. So all these teams, the problem is for England too is like all the teams around them, the good, super good, they're all young. So it's not like, all right, we'll wait for these guys to fade out. It's not like when Germany won, you was like, oh yeah, Schweinsteiger, and these guys they'll die out.
Like Germany and the Netherlands, they got bounced so early when it was the knockout stage. I'm like, oh wow. And then you see Belgium kind of held on for dear life with the old squad that they had. I mean, my guy Lukaku was coming out still huffing and puffing, but like
still playing the hits,
looking like Leonard Fournette, literally like he's 6'2", 280, like just going out there. He's like, hey, if it's in that box, I'm gonna put it in. No matter
I'm gonna fucking swing.
But yeah, their time is up, and then I mean they'll run that. What is it? 6 years or almost 8 years that Morocco's kind of been on this run as the
I think that run is
underdog.
Yeah, I think that run Morocco had is pretty much over. They'll probably have to find a new crop of guys to filter in, but and a lot of those teams are dead.
Mindset too of like, I mean, it was you and I and everyone else was just like they saw the squad and it's like Neymar, like he's got Rey Mysterio legs. They don't work no more. Like he can't work after one match.
They literally had to bully Inshaalati to bring Neymar. It was bad. It was sad to see. He kind of reminded me of Ric Flair last match, not the one with Shawn Michaels, but the other one.
I think he's between our age or around our age. I'm 31. Isn't he just 34?
But he has so much mileage though. Think about it, he's been playing at a high level since 19. You know what I mean? 18 years old.
Yeah, but still, it's just that thing of like, it's over already. Like
it's over, bro. It's been over for a minute for Neymar.
I know that, but just it's even when you see even more, it's just like that deflating. Because again, like you think like the youth that these guys have, when you see them in their first. Not everyone can be Messi and Ronaldo and Modric and play so many years with so many different national team squads, but at the same time, it's just like the 2014 World Cup where they got stomped out. Wasn't that was 12 years ago, and now you're already finished? Like
yeah, man. But that's how soccer goes, because it's one of those things where you're here today, going tomorrow kind of things. It doesn't happen gradually over time like most sports. Like it's just one day you see a guy good and then he's just ass, like there's no middle ground with that.
Yeah, but what I can say is, I mean, I'm not disappointed. They had a great string of games. I mean, I didn't get to see the Congo game happen live, but seeing how they came back from that game in which Congo played the game of their lives with like perfect defense, just like doing whatever they could, and at this, just like with England, like they played it too safe, and it's 75 minutes in, and you're like, let's not make a mistake. We got 15 minutes more to go, and that's how it was with that Argentina game, in which 20 minutes into that game, like these dirty fucking Argentines with their fucking roughhousing and.
Bro, they're fucking bullies, bro.
Yeah, but they're like 5'9", 5'8", like going out there and just like knocking dudes and just like tugging jerseys and just who knows what else they're saying.
They're tiny racists, bro. They're tiny racists.
Oh yeah, but it was insane. Like this, like come on, ref, do something. This is fucking like this is ridiculous. These guys are just gonna get away with everything physical. I'm like, hey, it just is what it is. It's that Messi effect. Like they get the easy side of the bracket. And Cape Verde gives them a scare. Egypt gives them a scare.
Because they really wanted Argentina versus Portugal. That's what they really wanted.
Well, there was no way Portugal was gonna make it.
Now with Ronaldo as the guy, no,
you can't write a script that good and coherent in 2026 in soccer. But I mean, because the way that it played out, I mean, it worked out. They would have had America beat Belgium. Like this is America finally gets over the hump. They beat a team,
Yeah.
a story team, and it's like, nope, same result.
Nope.
You know, it's John Cena, Brock Lesnar. You know what's gonna happen? 16 German suplexes, 3
Like, go
F5s,
home.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Yep. Nope. That's not. Hey, it's not
Then
a
it's
different
over.
story, bro. It's the same old story.
Tell us the oldest time, brother.
But England had it. You know, again, Mexico gave them a scare.
Yeah,
Norway
Mexico
gave them a
played really well in that game.
Norway gave them a scare, and the other part of like, I do think Christian Pulisic should have been bullied for having a poor performance. But when Paul Scholes is like, I don't think England shouldn't have celebrated that much after Mexico. It's just a win over Mexico. I'm like, but you guys didn't win anything either. Like you guys didn't win shit. So how are you gonna tell them?
That's the problem with England. England wants to only win if it looks a certain way.
Teams, because again, Landon Donovan be like, "Hey, here's what USA like. What did you win in the past the round of 16? Nothing,
bro. What do you know about this, bro? Yeah. England wants to win if only if it looks a certain way, bro. That's the only way England wants to win.
Yeah, it's the same thing of like, you know, you want to criticize Lamar Jackson, you want to criticize, you want to criticize Justin Herbert, you want to criticize, you know, Jalen Hurts, all the guys are like, hey, I see him do it in the meaningless games. Why can't they do it in the bigger games? You know?
Yeah, but when it comes to Josh Allen, can't say nothing bad about him.
Like Josh Allen, but Josh Allen steps up in those games, and it's just like, Josh Allen, you got 13 seconds. He wouldn't think no one could score in 13 seconds. It's 13 seconds. Like
it's true. Was like, some stuff is working against him.
It's the same thing of like playing against Messi, like because he contributed those goals with his passing, and it's like it's just even if he's not scoring those goals, that left foot somehow is just like I'm going to find the right guy, and then they score a fucking a screamer just right outside. I'm like, did no one try to like get in the way? And Jordan Pickford had a good game, and you know the real man of the match was Jed Spence, who made it his mission to go out there and be like, hey. 1v1, you versus Gary Payton, the glove style. Like,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
He was the one guy that everybody was speaking about Ginter bringing to the World Cup, and now look at him.
Yeah. Well, he also it did help that he was wearing the fucking demolition style mask, looking like something was like he was in some sex dungeon for
that was
the
first
couple
games. Yeah,
but no, that was one of those things where I'm like, it's the corny thing, like. Really watch the offensive line in football. Watch what Trent Williams does here when he pulls his guy. I was watching Jed Spence against Argentina. Like, see how he's just crossing right in front of his guy. He's got the footwork and he passed the ball around and then look at that slide tackle. Oh, perfection, just perfection. But
that's that boy, nice watcher.
Yeah. It was one of those things like, hey, you gotta appreciate real ball and see what Jed Spence is doing out there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Reece James on the other side was like, I might be injured. Oh, no, shit.
Hamstring.
Yeah. Like, oh, shit. Did something happen? Damn.
Yeah, man.
But, I mean, am I optimistic about their future? Yeah, Bellingham's entering his prime still.
Yeah.
And this guy, he literally is out there giving his all.
Yeah, good dog.
I mean, I know people dislike him because he basically is the Jason Tatum of soccer, but I'm also a Jason Tatum fan, so I of course I'm going to be on both bandwagons. But I can understand. I can understand they're like pretty boy kind of manufactured presence of like so perfect, so manicured. I'm gonna say the right things. I'm gonna do the right things. I'm gonna, I won't say anything negative. Won't say anything super positive. It just and again, I'm gonna play for the storied clubs. I'm gonna be successful as I'm gonna have the right brand deals and all that, but
he's a good dude. Even when he stopped for that disabled reporter when everybody walked past him, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good guy right there, man. Can't hate on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean, and whether what he has at home is everyone's preference or not. I mean, hey, so some people like something that's been around before.
You know what I mean.
That's still a crazy story. Like his girlfriend's like a legendary festival. I'm like, really? Like, oh my god! Like,
no, everybody was like, you bring her around your mom? Like, he's like, hey.
Well, there was that famous sort of like the mom just looking disappointed, and his brother necessarily isn't a Thanasis or a Costas. He's kind of more so a Seth Curry-ish.
Exactly.
Like it. So again, he's got that going for him as well.
Absolutely.
And his dad's a white guy, but he's not like an overtly racist.
White. He's like a regular white guy, standard white guy.
From what you can see, even though he was a copper, he was a
sure. But nah, man, I think the thing with Jude, I just feel like he doesn't give the media enough for them. Like there's no drama with him, so it's like it's very hard to pull dirt
But
on him.
that's the thing is he's supposed to go out and be like Ashley Cole or like fucking
Yeah,
David Beckham. He's like go out to be like the guy who's bigger than the club, bigger than the country, or like
yeah,
who's he fucking, who's he not? Like, is that as much as like in like Paul Scholes and Gary Neville and all of them want to like praise him or degrade him or and all that, but at the same time, it's
mhm.
like this guy hasn't played in the Premier League yet either.
Yeah.
Smartly,
I think that's the
and
best decision for him. Just stay away,
yeah,
bro.
and then but now like he's the focal point of and will be, as I said, I think he's the best player on England. Harry Kane was the most important because you put anyone else at striker,
Right.
they might not be as successful. But they, if with Bellingham wasn't there at all, I think they would struggle a lot more
Definitely.
than they would without. Because, and who knows if what the burden's going to be on him, try to play him up more in the future with the lack of striker, unless someone develops in the next few years. Because I'm not
Yeah.
as in tune with the U21s and the U19s
Yeah. The
or the
thing with England is
declines.
they well, I think all these teams, I think this World Cup has kind of highlighted you need more dogs at striker. I feel like just across the world, there isn't very many dogs at striker, and you've seen the real dogs left.
That's why I always loved Lukaku, and because he was just like, well, I like him at Everton, and obviously, yeah, that's brief
Yeah.
stint. But I just love the guy who's like, I'm gonna, hey, when it's in the box, that's all I do,
I'm
right?
gonna
Like,
fucking score, bro.
don't
Yeah.
fucking tell me to track back. Don't tell me to pass.
I'm
You
not doing this
sign,
tiki taka,
yeah.
bro.
You want a man who puts 20 in, you're gonna get a guy who puts 20 in. That's me. Like,
Exactly, bro. That's it. But it's very few of those guys left, man. Like of course you have your Messi is one of those guys, and Harry Kane is one of the
but
last
even
few
then, you see
dogs.
like him in the. I don't try to watch too many Argentina games, but you see he's just kind of like walking around, not
Yeah,
really running.
that's the
Just kind of like,
Messi. Yeah,
I'll just wait for the ball to come to me.
ball comes to me, I just ping it perfectly to my teammate, and he
Yeah,
scores.
but something does have to be done, like you're saying about the Sharks overall, because I mean, well, who's like that is the thing. Like, who's the best striker outside of?
The last dog left is Mbappe from his
Well, I
generation.
was about to say outside of Mbappe, who's because if Kane's not in the next one, like who's going to be the lead? Well, Holland, obviously, I should
Oh
say
yeah, Holland is
that goes.
he's a dog. He's a
Yeah,
dog.
it goes without saying because when you had those 2 goals against Brazil, it was just like again header and then perfect timing with the foot. It's just like yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this guy does.
But even look at Netherlands. I growing up watching Netherlands play, they always had crazy attacking players and
Robin
like
and
Van
Van
Persie
Persie,
and
yeah.
all those guys. But now look like who's their striker? Like, like
Well, I mean, Gakpo showed like he was a focal point, and they only subbed Memphis on a few times, and I was like, Memphis, the career you should have had, lad. The
oh my
career you
god.
should have had.
Coming to United was the worst thing that ever happened to him,
uh,
bro. Oh my god.
I was looking up. I'm like, he only played like what 20 games and only scored like
Yeah.
3 goals. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
but they're like Memphis Depay is gonna say it was bad enough
He
that
was
like
my
they got
favorite player at the time. So my favorite player come to my favorite team. I was hyped, bro.
it came straight after like the Di Maria 1 year and done type
Yep.
of sound. Like it was like is this the NBA? Like is this guy in and out after one
Alexis
season?
Sanchez. Remember that experiment?
Oh god, those well, when the Premier League, you'll come on again when the
Yeah,
Premier League
definitely.
season kicks off and when the college football season kicks off.
Definitely.
Because you got to reconvene them. But yeah, but like seeing Netherlands and Germany being the shape they're in now compared to where they were 10, 12 years ago, you're like, damn.
Yeah, at least with Germany, they bringing in Klopp. Klopp's supposed to be coming in to help them. So,
but do you think that is like that's going to be the? I mean, he is the super manager in terms of like what he did for Dortmund, what he did for Liverpool. But do you think that's what Germany needs is like his mind to set things back on track?
Yeah, like his mind and his eye for like team needs. I feel like with Germany's always been known for just we're bigger than you, we're stronger than you, we're more tactical than you, and that's how we're gonna beat you. They kind of gotten away from that, just being a super aggressive and tactically sound as they used to be. So if they can lean back into that, Germany's always gonna be dangerous because they always gonna have the talent to back it.
I also don't see like to think that like now this is an incredible run by France and Mbappe where you win the World Cup, you lose it, and then you're in the third place game. Like to have that of like, not just ring about, but like that's like the Niners NFC title game or Super Bowl. Like you're always in those games for the last 6 years. Like you're either NFC title, Super Bowl, or don't make the playoffs at all. Like that's the kind of run that France has been on.
So, and then you look, as soon as they hit this point, they didn't wait to replace the guy with the champs. Let me go get Zinedine.
Yeah, that is
into
probably the ultimate like cheat codes. Like the Chomp leaves, and they're like Zidane, who's like, "Do I want to manage? Who knows? I don't. I mean,
guess.
I won the easiest Champions Leagues I could
Yeah.
ever win, and then I left, and then I came back. It's like, it's like a guy who doesn't want to manage. He's like, if you're paying me, I guess I will. No one else wants to do it. Okay,
I guess.
Yeah,
man.
They got him. Meanwhile, it's like, should the U.S. bring back Pochettino? They sacked Germany sacked their manager.
Yeah,
Ancelotti
Tuchel deserve another chance. It's like
it's a whole Tuchel or Ancelotti obviously isn't going to run it back in Brazil. I can see it happening. If Spain wins, they've won Euros and now a World Cup, so they probably are like the team going forward that they should have been after winning the 2010 World Cup.
Yep.
Of all that promise and all that youth, and I mean that again. They play this superior football in Spain, but the country that cares about it the most, being England, they still can't figure it out.
Man.
Despite the resources and the attention.
Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad, actually.
It is, and but to lose in that fashion again, to lose,
it's heartbreaking, bro.
78 minutes and of just like pure perfect. Again, like score first. And let's just stop. Let's just not do any more scoring. Like, huh? And like they would always talk about like that. Like that's the Premier League mindset that like teams like Everton had if they were up big on like Liverpool.
We're gonna shut it down. Yeah.
Not just the park the best mindset of like we've already won. We've got the first goal. It's like no, there's half an hour left. It's not over. Like
anything can happen in football, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not disappointed. I thought they would kind of make this type of run, a Final Four type of run, just based off how their bracket looked.
Right.
Like I said, it was shaky given the games that they played. But that's also the same thing with Argentina, where that's why I was talking about this with a coworker, knew that game would kind of come down to the final 10 minutes because each of those games that they played in the knockout stage were so like late surge, come behind goals compared to like France and Spain. They get off to the hot starts right away. So whoever scored first was going to win that game, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
But what did you say is your probably favorite or biggest like takeaway from this World Cup in 2026?
My favorite thing, honestly, that whole Cape Verde run was just very special to me.
All right, there, horny man. I know.
No. I'm talking about the football
astral
too.
Planed into your body, being like Cape Verde.
Shout out my inner banks. But no, just even that run, bro. The fact that they got as far as they did, I thought was really cool, man. And for me, I just enjoy Lamine Yamal. Just watching him play is just.
But what's he done? He hasn't scored any goals.
He's horrifying, bro.
Some real hater shit. I'm like, well, he hasn't scored any goals, and the media's like Jude Bellingham. Well, you shouldn't even been on the team for Lamine Yamal. Could just go like.
Bro, he's the golden child. He's the golden child. That's why.
It's ridiculous. To me, that's like my old. If I want to get a hater, like the Haaland, I think it's overlooked, but at least he delivers.
Haaland is a beast. Haaland is such a good player and such a funny guy. I can't hate him even though he plays for City. I can't hate him.
Well, I hate him because he plays for City.
I can't hate him.
and he's perfectly blonde, 6 foot, blue eyes.
He's too likable, bro.
But at the same time, it is like I do think that was like the one person every non-soccer fan glommed onto, right? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like this guy, and it's like so he gets the overlove right away, but he delivers, so I can't hate him that much. It's sort of like the Pat Mahomes thing. You're like, this guy wasn't throwing for 500 yards. I couldn't say he's not deserving of being called great. Like
but he's doing it. So
yeah. But the Maul thing, I'm just like, what has he scored any goals? What has he done? Like
he's the greatest oil farmer we've ever seen, bro.
I mean, it's not unlike the NBA where they're just like, oh, did you see what he did? Like he got 10 points. So you're like, okay, like that's how they were talking about Ricky Rubio, except I was on
exactly.
They were like, he's 10, 9, and 7, but like he shot 7 of 15. I'm like, yeah, but it was the greatest 10, 9, and 7 I've ever seen from a 20-year-old. It's like,
well, his points came from free throws.
Yeah, I mean they did, unfortunately, but yeah, that's how I feel about him almost. And it's not like hate him, I'm just like, you can't say this kid's the future and like he's not even delivered a goal in the most important tournament. Like,
yeah,
because Mbappe's still showing up like, I'm top guy. I'm gonna be top guy. Like,
yeah. But you know what it is, Lamine? That Euro run they had where they were just putting a belt to everybody's ass.
Yeah.
We'll live forever, brother. You know.
Well, and again, and going like I said, going from Euro to World Cup finalists, it shows like well he's and him being the focal point of that team along with Williams and
Yeah.
a lot of the other guys that they have. It's like
Gabi, Pedri. Yeah.
yeah, they always find the Spaniards. They always find a way to figure it out.
Bro.
Speaking of finding a way to figure it out, you wanted to turn this up. So earlier this week it was announced that J.J. Abrams' new film, The Great Beyond, which was supposed to come out this year, has been pushed to next year. This was on my most anticipated movies of 2026 list that Banks and I did a while back. It was on the bottom though, just because not much has been shown or even talked about. All I know is my guy Glenn Powell's the lead. Samuel Jackson, Emma Mackey, and Jenna Ortega are the rest of the cast. And as I've been saying, it's basically Inkheart meets Page Master meets the South Park Imagination Land arc, in which Glenn Powell plays a fantasy author, and the books that he's written, that world actually exists. So it's not a story that we haven't seen before. It's just J.J. Abrams taking a swing at it. And it's the first J.J. Abrams film since The Rise of Skywalker, the biggest piece of shit I've seen in a movie theater. I think that and Justice League are, I think, the two worst movies I've ever seen in a theater. in terms of my adult life, I'll say.
Yeah.
Because literally, I've said this before, 5 minutes into Rise of Skywalker, I saw it with my dad and my two stepbrothers. Once they did the Sith GPS finder, I looked at my dad like,
get me out of here.
This ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be good. Like
that was me when Palpatine showed up.
They're both written by the same guy. They're written by fucking Chris Terrio, who had screenwriting credits on both of those films. So, have you seen a movie by Chris Terrio appear in the Cineplexes these days? No. That's what they call Hollywood jail. That's where he's at. But
he's been banished.
But J.J. Abrams, since that, has kept it quiet as fuck. He signed a massive deal with HBO and Warner Brothers and HBO in general, and produced one TV show out of it. That TV show, Duster, I think it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah,
came and went. He had like 2 or 3 shows that they canceled after accepting the pitch. He was supposed to do the Black Superman movie with Ta-Nehisi Coates and Michael B. Jordan, which at the time sounded like a ludicrous idea. That sounded like a pure headline grab.
This isn't getting off the ground, bro.
Yeah. And this is pre-Oscar winning.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan and Ta-Nehisi Coates going on, kind of at the ascent of like this guy might do more than just what he's already doing.
Right.
As a media figure, but what's your beef with J.J. Abrams, the fakest Spielberg of all the fake Spielbergs?
No, he is Spielberg only in mindset, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, he's still eating off that early 2000s shit, man. Felicity and
we'll get to that in a bit, but not to cut you off. He is the Dylan Raiola.
Yes.
He wanted to be Steven Spielberg from day one. What did Spielberg do as a kid? He was given a camera. I need a camera. Yeah. What did he do? He worked in television, all work in television.
Mm-hmm.
What's his first movie, or what's his favorite genre? Sci-fi and all that. Like last year, I did, for my Letterboxd, I did Sci-Fi September. I watched sci-fi movies I hadn't seen at all. So I watched Super 8 for the first time. What a piece of shit. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It makes Stranger Things look semi-competent. And I'm like, that's a lot. Because that's one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Yeah. So to be worse than Stranger Things, when you are chosen one J.J. Abrams, Hollywood's golden boy at that time.
Golden boy, yeah.
To get
still their golden boy though. That's the crazy thing.
I think that's why this news is kind of like, I feel like it's tick tock, like time might be up. And it doesn't help that I haven't heard a Gracie Abrams song until my job started playing Hits One at work.
This shit is trash, God.
And that Hit the Wall song came on, and I'm like, you are the daughter of one of the most successful people in Hollywood. What struggles did you have to sing about? What's your struggle? Man. That you weren't born good looking? You got money, you can fix that, Mom. You go get some surgery and shit. Like,
you're so rich, it doesn't even matter if you're good looking or not. It really doesn't matter.
Dating Paul McCartney himself, Paul Mescal. Like you, like don't talk to me about what a rough life it is. Of like, oh, I got to sing about heartbreak and the internet and all that. But no, let me see. Let me say this though. I never watched Alias. Um, I didn't keep up with Lost. I never watched Fringe. So like all the television stuff is like not in my mindset. Film wise though, he started out 2 for 2 for me. Two of my favorite films of all time. Mission Impossible 3. It's my favorite Mission Impossible. Not the best. My favorite though.
Okay.
It's got the best opening scene. The countdown with Philip Seymour Hoffman where he's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Like, don't you dare. Like that's
yeah.
great acting by Philip Seymour Hoffman, late great, and Tom Cruise. And Star Trek 2009. Phenomenal.
Yeah, great film.
To reinvent something I never cared about, which was Star Trek. He was like, what if we made a Star Trek movie in the style of Michael Bay? And that's always been his thing, is like smarter Michael Bay.
More efficient Michael Bay.
But Michael Bay's whole thing was Tony Scott on steroids. So even he's the son of a son. So
he's
like
the
that's
son
like
of a
the
son
thing
of a son.
Like,
yeah,
the hat of a hat of a hat. Like, you know, I'm cosplaying him, he's cosplaying him. They're all pointing at each other. So like his style of filmmaking with the lens flares and the colorful lighting, quick cuts, the sweatiness, the grime, fog, all that smoke, all that. Like it's a style that he kind of molded himself into, because I don't think he trusted his own instincts. Because when you watch Super 8, it's a guy again trying to be Spielberg and failing miserably. So then he does Star Trek Into Darkness, solid sequel, obviously not as good as the first, but when you rewatch it, completely passable. The only thing that ruined it at the time was the who's Benedict Cumberbatch playing.
Oh yeah.
But he is acting in that movie. When you want to watch a great actor, just be like, you don't want to see some shit today? Come to watch.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, was this is like his personal All-Star game? Like, what, I don't know why he's going so hard.
Benedict Cumberbatch, like, I am. Like, he is just like going for 81 in the All-Star game, like you said. Like,
bro,
he's like, Miller, clear out. I got it.
Like, the movie doesn't even call for all this acting you're doing, bro.
Oh, it's just, I am better. Like, it's just like this. Chris Pine was just like, is this guy taking this seriously? Like,
yeah, like what the fuck? It's just a check for me.
And then what happens after Star Trek Into Darkness comes out? Immediately, we're finally making episode 9. I'm sorry, episode 7.
Yeah.
Who do we get? Oh, the easiest choice, J.J. Abrams.
At the time, it's a layup choice.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like who the rumors were. Zack Snyder. They said no.
No.
John Favreau. He passed on it. And the irony, John Favreau being the savior at the same time, almost a decade later.
It's ironic.
And then there was one other person I forgot at the time, but it was obvious like it's going to be J.J. Abrams. There's no one else who can do it. And a cast of relatively unknowns with John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, even Adam Driver to a certain extent.
Because he just had girls at the time, I think, right?
Girls, or if you had seen him in Noah Baumbach films or Lincoln, stuff like that, you wouldn't recognize Adam Driver at the time. And it's like, and the old timers are coming back: Carrie Fisher,
Harrison
Mark
Ford,
Hamill, Harrison Ford, and it's like, okay, all right. And it's a movie I really enjoyed when I first saw it. I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. Despite everyone's like, what's the movie you've seen before? It's a new hope
all over again. Like, that's fine.
Like, that's cool why it's good.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's just add some extra cool shit in it, and it works. So he does The Force Awakens, and this is something that I've always talked about. The baton handoff was botched, because it
was botched from the jump. Because when they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have 3 different directors," I'm like, why?
Yeah, but I remember it being announced that it was Rian Johnson was gonna do 8 and then write 9. I swear it was first announced that way, and then it switched up to where when Trevorrow's 9 was still gonna happen, the Rian Johnson writing it, because they were gonna try to do some way of like 8 and 9 are the ones going connectivity. 7's just setting it up.
Yeah.
So the idea that Rian Johnson was really going to kind of shepherd the last half of it, and Trevor was going to, again, another fake Spielberg, was going to come in. Even though he wasn't even a fake Spielberg, the studio was just like, the studio system was just like, here's our next one. And everyone's like, this guy's 40 years old. What do you mean he's the next one? Yeah, I mean, okay, because he wears glasses and he made a great Jurassic. I like the first Jurassic World a lot. I think
Yeah, it's good.
but he was not the next Spielberg guys we've seen because he hasn't done anything since Dominion.
Yeah,
I don't even think he has anything announced at the moment.
not that I know
like
of. No,
the jail that he's still in, the Phantom Zone that they sent him to.
they got mad here.
So the Trevorrow Book of Henry disaster mixed in with the criticism of by a certain sect of the audience. I am not a fan of The Last Jedi, but I don't dislike it the way the incels and red pills and
I can appreciate it for what it is, but it's still I still think it helps them going forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was wrong, like you just said, different guy for each one to try to treat it that way, like it was a Mission Impossible film.
Yeah.
Each one's going to come in with their own tone, own vibe. Not so much like what happened in the last one matters until Chris McQuarrie came and started stitching it together. Like, no, there is history here. We're going to start to lose that. And that's kind of why that took off in a better way, much like the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, exactly.
After 4, Justin Lin was like, yeah, let's bring back Ludacris and Han and Gal Gadot and
make this an expansive universe now.
And so to not do that with Star Wars, I don't think the spin-offs in between killed it with Rogue One and Solo. But what you saw was, speaking of poor tactics and poor managers, Kathleen Kennedy with Gareth Edwards, you're fired. Lord and Miller, you're fired. But even though Lord and Miller had their last laugh with Spider-Man, and now Project Hail Mary, it's just like, are you the dumbest bitch in Hollywood? Because Amy Pascal produced Project Hail Mary, and as I said when I saw it, I'm like, when she's not producing Spider-Man, good producer. Good. Challengers. I haven't seen her Little Women, but Little Women, and she had I think she produced Molly's Game. Dynamite, enjoyable movie for what Molly's Game is. You want to see Jessica Chastain look hot and Idris Elba act without a British accent? Watch Molly's Game.
There you go. Yeah.
But Kathleen Kennedy she did what Kevin Feige did.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to do? Break the glass. What do we need? J.J. Abrams is coming back. He's going to do episode 9. He's bringing Chris Terrio.
To be fair, he had a lot to try to fix. This is why I give him some grace with 9. Like, he had a lot to fix.
No, because he made it worse. He brought back Palpatine. No, that's making it worse. I agree. All right. Yes, Luke Skywalker should have been a cynical figure. It was just handled in a way that didn't work.
Yeah,
it was played more for laughs than I was a fucking kid and I lost my hand and I went to war, and it should have been played up more like a serious drama than like
a broken soldier almost.
Yeah, then I'm on an island drinking fish milk and living with nun creatures. That was stupid. I'm not watching Jim Henson Presents The Last Jedi. Okay?
The Rock.
Yeah, exactly. The Dark Crystal. Yeah, exactly. I watched those movies growing up and I did not enjoy them. So
me either.
To see Rian Johnson try to put that back into Star Wars, I'm like, no. I get what you're trying to do and killing Snoke, which I agreed with at the time. Because again, the mystery of who was Snoke was annoying. That's the J.J. Abrams thing, the mystery box, because he has a famous TED Talk where he talks about the mystery box. He's like, I was given this mystery box as a kid, and I never opened it because if I did, that would have ruined the surprise. So I've always wondered what's in here, and it's that flawed mindset that certain guys who think they're smarter than they actually are have.
Right.
About, the real
journey and the creativity
is you don't open it. That's the thing, and it's just just open the fucking box, and then it won't be a mystery. Because sometimes a good mystery, it has a shitty ending, or to think about Rian Johnson, The Knives Out. Each one kind of got worse as it went along because the mystery of it didn't feel as strong anymore. You were writing more so for the mystery at first, and then you're just writing for the characters to solve a mystery that wasn't even a mystery anymore. It was
right. It kind of went away from what people originally liked about it.
Yeah. But he's been in exile or self-imposed exile. I talked about this a couple weeks ago or months ago at this point with Banks, that he moved Bad Robot from LA to New York because, again, he's seeing I'm not getting the money I used to get because I'm not Hollywood's going. But at the same time,
let me switch offices.
You couldn't just take a job for hire. This is why I'm always praising Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie directs a movie every year.
Yeah.
Whether he writes them or not, most of the time he does. But that's the point. It's like I make a movie every year. I'm a filmmaker. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go out, make a movie. It's going to be a solid 3.5 to 4 out of 5, and people are going to like it or not like it, and then
And
catch
I'm gonna
up
get
on it.
paid. And I'm gonna get
Yeah,
paid,
and
bro.
people are going to be like, when there's the next movie coming along, we should guys always churning out stuff on time. So
Yeah.
like, but J.J. Abrams doesn't want to do anything that he can't think of on his own. Even though I'm like, your imagination is what? What's your imagination?
It's empty, bro.
It's
What do you have to offer at this point? And then it's like, I just don't get like the infatuation that Hollywood has with this guy. Like, I don't
I think it's
understand it.
done now. I think it is officially
it's
like,
over?
yeah. I think if this movie bombs,
It's it. That's it.
it's like, wow, this guy was once the chosen one. And then,
Mhm.
and like I said, it's fraud watch. You look back, like, well, out of like 5 films, he's only got 2.5 good ones. You know, again,
Yeah.
he's got the Mission Impossible that people are very divisive on. That third one,
Yeah.
like I said, it's very, people either really like it or they dislike it. And then the Star Trek movies come, like I said, if you like them for what they are, they're really enjoyable. And then he's got, and for the Star Wars, it's again like you just remade the first one, and then you made the worst one in the episodic trilogy. Like so, like his batting average is horrendous when you actually.
You know,
look at it.
my personal beef with JJ is what he did to Cloverfield, that franchise that could have really been something.
Well, at the same time, he made the second one good.
Yeah.
With the idea of telling Dan Trachtenberg like that.
Why don't you just
that
connect
story,
these?
Yeah, like here's an idea, but then, and then there's always like a thing too about like the bad robot logo. Like, does it actually? It's almost like what's happening with Jordan Peele, unfortunately, where like the name
Oh yeah,
isn't worth the wait.
right.
Like people actually thought he made him. I'm like, can't you people fucking read? It says from producer Jordan.
Produced by
He wouldn't waste his time making a football movie like that. It's Jordan Peele, like
especially coming off the movies he's done. Like
yeah,
come on,
or anything else that has had his name attached, and that's always like he tried to beat the game. He tried to become Amblin. He tried to become super producer compared to writer director.
Yeah,
and becoming power player in Hollywood of like all his failed TV pilots on the various networks and all that. And he was part of that class with Lindelof, the late Robert Orci, and Alex Kurtzman. And you see Lindelof now, he has to go. Well, I mean, he was showrunner for Leftovers, Watchmen, the last show that he co-ran. That was that Mrs. Davis show that bombed down Peacock, but now he's just a staff writer on Lanterns. But even then, like he shit on Lanterns by being like, "Oh, who gives a fuck about Green Lanterns?" And I'm like, "What? Why did you take the job then? If you're just gonna shit on the fucking project?" Like
he shit on it before the first trailer came out, and everybody was like, "I'm not watching this." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, his thing has always kind of been that guy of like source material, fuck source material. Like we don't need any of that because he was guy saying like the way that he handled Watchmen, I thought was phenomenal. To do Watchmen without doing Watchmen is a bold choice. But the way he framed it was like, that's Old Testament. This is New Testament. This existed prior. I'm continuing in its own medium. And obviously, the great writing of his and Crow Jefferson with the Hooded Justice episode.
Yeah,
and what they did with that. But at the same time, he was the guy who too kind of got like too big for his ideas with like Tomorrowland and a few other movies that he was the writer for. And you see again Alex Kurtzman, he was the first guy out for the Dark Universe with the Mummy. That was his like I'm going to become J.J. Abrams, and that bombed. And then Tom Cruise,
bro, that photo shoot with all of them will live on forever.
That's all Photoshop. That was the original AI. That was all Photoshop. They never met each other.
Never happened.
That photo shoot never existed. He was on set here. She was on set there. Then they just photoshopped them all to the same setting because there was no way. But that was the original AI of like is this actually happening? Like what is this? But yeah, they said Tom Cruise and Alex Kurtzman back to television.
Did that Mummy movie really come out? The Tom Cruise one?
Yeah, I saw that in the theater.
Oh wow!
That's the third or worst movie I've ever seen in theater because I was like Dark Universe. This is gonna be dope. I was like all in for the idea. Like then they'll meet the Wolfman, and then he'll fight the Mummy,
the creature from the Black Lagoon.
And they picked like and Chris Morgan, who did Fast and Furious, he's gonna help with them. And they're like,
Yeah.
like all the names that they picked, it was just like, it wasn't like the KG Paul Pierce Brooklyn Nets, but it was the KG Paul Pierce Brooklyn Nets of like, let's get this team together. And then after 30 games, like, what have we done?
Kidd, on the cover, that was that.
Hit me. Oh, they made him on the sideline. Was like, hit me. That was what they were like. Famously at that time, Chris McQuarrie was on the Script Notes podcast, and he talked about there's a movie in theaters right now that is not going to get good reviews, and I was brought in to help it. He was basically talking about The Mummy without saying The Mummy, because there was a young director. He's like, there was a young director, and he's like, I'm brought here to save your movie, and he wouldn't listen to me.
Wow.
He was basically in as coded way as he could say it. He was like,
without actually saying
Tom Cruise called me in and said, Chris, this movie's in danger. And he couldn't say, which is why his name is listed as one of the many co-writers on that Mummy movie. But that was one of the examples. Like, you want to hear guys talk about like working on, shitty movies, like, and not being able to say much about it. That was his.
Wow. That's crazy. That movie, I didn't even know that movie came out, bro. I just remember seeing the trailer and then nobody ever talking about it again.
Oh no, I saw it. I've seen it multiple times because I rewatched it last year, and I wanted to see how bad it was. So, because it's one of like the things where like Tom Cruise, because all the rumors at the time were like, is he going to go to Marvel?
Yeah, he was like the big free agent for everybody.
Is he going to go to DC? Yeah. Instead, he picked the Dark Universe. It's like, oh, is he going to play Van Helsing? Is he going to play? And it's like the Mummy, and he's not the Mummy. But at the end, he becomes the Mummy, and it's like, well, what did I just watch then? It was
what the fuck is this?
Weirdest movie. Meanwhile, this year we had Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which I haven't seen, and then they're bringing back Brendan Fraser's The Mummy with the guys.
That's coming back. Yeah.
So it just proves to show like no one cares about Mummy movies.
No,
right? No offense.
Maybe the Brendan Fraser one might do something since the nostalgia.
The nostalgia. Of it, as we've seen. And also Radio Silence, those guys who did not the last Scream but the two Screams prior to that okay, they did both those Ready or Not films.
That could be something. It could be something.
And they did Abigail, so they're solid directors for what they are. But
that could be something.
But the J.J. Abrams, like he has to announce something interim, but everyone's like shitting on him for like, oh, he pushed Matt Reeves off his spot because the Batman 2's like, do you not know that these two fuckers created Felicity?
Yeah, that's his man.
White guys, created a show about a white woman in New York going to college, and you think he's gonna push his man off the paint? Like Matt Reeves said, like, my movie's not ready. Like, it hasn't been ready for the last 6 fucking years. Right. So go ahead and take the spot, JJ. Like, these guys, JJ Abrams didn't like become priority number one over the fucking Batman? No. At Warner Brothers, who needs all the help they can get right now.
Yeah.
You think they're just gonna let JJ Abrams stroll in with no credits over the last 6 years and push
like you said,
Batman 2 off?
Matt was probably doing him a solid, like you said. Yeah.
Because Matt Reeves, all right. Batman 2 is delayed until 2028. Not to step on what you and X have probably talked about Blackberry.
Yeah, no, of course.
It's 6 fucking years.
It's too long, bro. Too long.
2 World Cups have happened since then, man.
Too long. Like I always, like everybody's saying on Twitter, 4 Doom projects in the same span.
Let's not count the Doom. Let's not count the Doom.
I don't count TV.
All right. The main thing is that writer's strike excuse. No, the real writer's strike
anymore. Yeah,
the real writer's strike fucked up Revenge of the Fallen.
Yes.
Quantum of Solace. You want to see a writer's strike affect movies? Go watch those movies.
Yes.
This wasn't a movie that was filming during the it was going to potentially take off around the time, which is why Robert Pattinson stacked project after project after project after project.
Like a smart man. Yeah.
Meanwhile, and all the rumors are like, oh, was Matt Reeves sick or something? That people started to play that up of like maybe he had a health issue and was taking his time. But also, the guy who didn't get writing credit for the first one, Mattson Tomlin, goes on Twitter talking about, I'm writing Batman 2. I'm finally going to get recognition because the stuff I contributed to the first one, I wasn't credited for the WGA. He did that Terminator anime on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, year. He did.
He also did one other project that was it Project Power, that weird Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that from? Like a year ago, 2 years ago?
like 4 years ago, I think, at this
Oh,
point. So,
wow.
so this guy hasn't had much of a name. The other credited co-writer for the first Batman is Peter Craig, who's Sally Field's son, but was a co-writer on Top Gun Maverick and The Town.
All
So
right.
he was the one who got credit alongside Reeves for the first Batman. But Tomlin announced that like when the Batman 2 was taking off, he would officially get his chance to co-write the script with Matt Reeves because Matt Reeves brought him on, and the way that the structure works in the WGA in terms of contributions, he was the one that got left out. So again, he's running his mouth about, oh, the movie, I got the ideas already, and it's like, when's it gonna fucking happen? Okay, because Robert Pattinson has 5 movies in the works, and they're all coming out in the same year for some reason. It's just, it's
and he got to promo all of them. Yeah, so
yeah.
how's he getting this off?
And Matt Reeves is just so. Here's what and everyone wants to be like, well, he can make Bada Bing Bada Batman on HBO with the Penguin. He can go and do that instead of writing the Batman 2. He can go and again, him and J.J. Abrams, they can go executive produce fake ass animated series with Cape Crusader. They can. People, why don't you want to lump that into the contributions? It's not like Matt Reeves has just been sitting at home doing nothing. He's been signing his name on his stuff.
He's been doing stuff, yeah.
So I don't want to hear the excuses. It's done. It's done.
Yeah, I don't. The reason for the delay is just like, it's hard as a fan because it's just like my excitement is just. It can only go to a certain point. You kept my excitement.
If this movie is 3 weeks later after 6 years, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. If it's just like, hey, Batman ends 3 weeks later, December 2022.
I need a jump now. I need a time jump, bro.
There's no way you can like, because even if you do the time jump, it's like, that's not even like, I was very skeptical of the first one. That's when Banks and I had just started the show. I was very like, what I'm seeing is, when I hope the end product is worth, and at that time I had the COVID delay and is Robert Pattinson showing up on set ready in terms of his body and all that, and and then the end result was a great film. I gave him credit. I said, hey, I was wrong, but the road to it doesn't justify
what we got, the end product. Yeah.
And at the same time now, if you can't even verify who's playing who, it's all speculation. That's what I was saying to Banks. I'm like, you're mad about Doomsday. We don't even know who Scarlett Johansson's playing. We don't even know who fucking Sebastian Stan is playing. But it's Victor Zsasz. Why? Because he's got a bald head. Maybe he's playing Mr. Freeze, and they're gonna like paint him blue and then CGI. Who knows? Anything's possible at this point. But it's just because Matt Reeves is treating this like it's fucking Lawrence of Arabia, where he's got to write it all down beforehand and have it mapped out. Like,
it's like, bro, just make the movie, man.
It's the Batman.
Yeah, just make the movie. Let people. I don't get the secrecy between hiding characters, and not just for this movie. It's like, bro, just tell us who it is. It's like the whole Sadie Sink thing with Spider-Man. It's like, come on, bro.
Or who is Sadie Sink? Is she playing Jean Grey?
She's Jean.
Oh God.
She's Jean.
We'll get to the X-Men casting rumors coming up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But now the Batman delay it's not like, I'm not like heartbroken over it like some people are, but I also am annoyed by it.
It's not like you can't justify putting it out sooner, because post on most films doesn't take 2 years. Like, what do you mean? So that's the point of, and again, you don't have a delay in terms of like what they were doing initially of like, we're waiting till the box office opens up so we can make money. But even then, you only made 750. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness almost made $1 billion that same year. Like, so it's that mindset of like, and people were like, oh, so many films have been delayed.
I hated that so much, bro.
Yeah.
When James Gunn was like, oh yeah, it was 6 years between Alien and Aliens. But I'm like, this isn't dead, bro.
Because one, no one thought it was going to be a franchise.
Exactly.
And two, the reason Guardians was delayed was because of you, motherfucker. Like, you got in trouble.
It up, bro.
Like,
yeah.
You were the delay at the time. But the biggest one, like Top Gun Maverick, like, Tom Cruise was the biggest movie star in Hollywood, and it was going from script to script to script. He, instead of doing Top Gun 2, he said, let's put Top Gun in cars, and made Days of Thunder. So all that, which is why James Gunn is on the same fraud watch as these other two guys.
Yeah,
When it comes to, because
a lot is riding on Man of Tomorrow for me.
Because
I ain't
to
gonna
bring
lie,
in
bro.
Blue Beetle, why don't you just bring in Ezra fucking Miller at this point? If you're just picking characters from random movies, you're saying Matt Reeves' Batman isn't your Batman, so Blue Beetle can be your Blue Beetle? Like, what?
Yeah.
I've never seen Blue Beetle, so I don't know how they can kind of bend it the way that they did with the Suicide Squad, and like they never hinted at it was Henry Cavill's Superman that
Yeah.
Bloodsport interacted with. So that hindsight, like he put Superman in the ICU with 3 kryptonite bullets, being David Cornsweet's Superman, is kind of interesting. But that retconning of like this we can take, but this we can't, like. But yet, I'm letting Matt Reeves do what he wants. No, you know why? Because Matt Reeves is like, get the fuck out! You're not gonna have a job in 2 years.
Not touching my shit. Yeah,
because
you're not touching my shit.
Once David Ellison takes over, he's shit canning you. Like,
yeah, like they can say, oh, they went, oh yeah, we're working towards something, but like what's gonna happen as soon as that ink is dry on that deal, bro.
All he did was announce his movie, his other movie, a movie he took over in terms of Supergirl, and cartoons. And I'm supposed to be impressed,
bro. We're like 3 years into this whole gun thing. There's no Wonder Woman. There's no Batman.
Well, I think Adria Arjona is playing Wonder. That's my theory. Like,
I hope so, bro.
I don't think she's playing. You don't pick Adria Arjona to play Proxima or whatever her name is. Like, come on.
The only reason I'm skeptical is Gunn loves them obscure characters, bro.
At the same time, look at like that's Wonder Woman. Like that.
Yeah. Just look.
Sure. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like to pick, Mr. Terrific and God, what was his name in Volume 3? The Grand.
Warlock.
No. The who is the villain?
Oh shit.
The Grand.
Wasn't it like? Oh my god.
But the guy who was in Peacemaker season 1.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
But yeah, obscure characters like that. He's that, and that's why I said this on the episode of You and X about the year superhero movies. I don't think James Gunn needs the all-stars. I think he needs the role players. I think he's good with the role players. Like, make Mr. Terrific pop, make Peacemaker pop. Like, you with Superman, it shows like he cares more about fucking Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd than he cares about fucking.
Oh, he was waiting to get that off.
I mean, I like Jimmy Tatro. I think that's good casting.
Yeah, I like the show's gonna be good, but it's also like we have so many things we need to get to before
and the
we
whole
get
point,
to.
And I'm already prepared for Man of Tomorrow. Even though he's not even going to call it that, just like he changed the Superman Legacy part to just Superman. Like he's already going to call it just Superman 2 or something like that. But like, I'm preparing for like 80% Lex Luthor, 20% Superman, because he wants to write all the nasty stuff he can't tweet about as Lex Luthor. Like that stuff that he had Lex Luthor saying Peacemaker, that's the stuff that he wants to say on camera with Lex Luthor. So like,
and he's gonna try to appease people about, the people say I'm not moving this shit forward. He's gonna throw every character in there. This your Diet Justice League in this movie. Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. But Batman 2 being delayed, and now Warner Brothers is like really sweating because this J.J. Abrams movie, which was already kind of like, is this gonna resonate? Is this even gonna pop? Glenn Powell, is he a star? That's a conversation for another. I'm a fan of his.
I like Glenn Powell. I think Glenn Powell.
But he can't carry that movie on his own based off how his last 2 movies that he was the headliner and have performed. And what else they have on the docket with, again, Superman. Who knows what they'll have with Ryan Coogler in the future if he goes back to them with his next movie. Because after Black Panther, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're just in this waiting game with James Gunn and now Matt Reeves.
And then also the transition with the whole Paramount in limbo because of that,
I still think it's going to happen regardless, just because David Ellis, they have it in the pocket. The Ellisons have it in the pocket. Whether, like we were talking about off air, surviving the next 2 years, I still think it's gift wrapped to them no matter what. I think it's just like, no matter what happens, these guys get this, okay? No matter what, this has to happen for these guys.
Yeah, I was saying on the Black Variant, I was just like, only reason I feel like a lot of these people are trying to, putting their little pause into it, I think it's so they can get their piece. You know what I mean? Like, what do I get out of this deal? So let's slow it down, and then you'll have to probably break off these people with money and whatever to make it all right. But it's going to happen, unfortunately.
And I mean, they're already doing them. I tapped out of House of the Dragon episode 2 of season 2. I didn't even bother with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, even though I heard it's good.
It's good. And I'll be honest with you. House of the Dragon season 2, trash. Season 3 so far, some of the best shit they've ever done in Game of Thrones.
And then
But
they made
I don't know if you want to go through that season 2 to get there, though.
They've made the stupidest decision of all time, which is, do you like Harry Potter? Would you like to see it retold?
Bro, I will never understand that decision, bro. Like, it just created more problems with that.
And they went from, we're not going to do one book per movie. We are, I mean, one book per season. Yes, we are going to do one book per season, but there's going to be a 2-year delay between them. So those kids are going to go from this to this, just like in the movies. It's like,
bro, those kids are, bro, there's no way, with the way movies and shit and series work now, there's no way you keep these kids for another 10 to 15 years doing this shit, bro.
It's just ridiculous at this point. I mean, delay, I understand time takes stuff and effects and all that, but at the same time, you have to know if it's kids, they're going to hit growth spurts. You can't slow down puberty no matter
exactly what. Look at Stranger Things.
I didn't want to. That's why I tapped out at the beginning of season 2 tap outs. But
all those kids were old as fuck by the time they was doing that, man.
Yeah, but it is Stranger Things centric. So you had mentioned Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey. Yeah. And this past week, someone just said Adam Driver's playing Magneto. No, he's playing Mr. Sinister. Then Bill Skarsgård's playing Professor X. Then they said Charles Melton is playing Hank McCoy, a.k.a. Beast. And, and then the weirdest one was Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops, Scott Sauer.
That was shit on so bad for that, bro.
I was like, in what universe? In Wes Anderson's X-Men? And like,
yeah, bro. Like that one was the most outrageous one to me.
And nothing against him, but just like, come on,
he's
like,
a good actor, but it's
you're setting that kid up to fail with these tweets. Like, that's not real.
Yeah, he's not Cyclops, bro. So that shit is crazy. Unfortunately, I feel like until they confirm these rumors, it's only gonna get worse. Like, you're gonna just see more and more abstract names attached to these characters.
Well, the person tweeting this is like, what, APOC Horseman? So like, it's some X-Men fan account.
Yeah, like, bro. He probably has no real knowledge. Deal with
this all the time in terms of like responding to the stuff that's legitimate or illegitimate, and like what's completely fabricated, and the source that is real is even reporting the fake stuff. Which is why a lot of times I always like mute the discussing film and all the pop craze.
Yeah,
stuff. You're just repeating stuff that someone said. Like, I say shit. Well, again, I'm the prophet. That's why my Twitter name. I am the one who I can't.
I'm the one.
Well, because I can't. Here's why I'm the prophet. Because I was the one telling y'all for years and years. I'm stepping over my own rule bit. The other name that they said was Dwayne Johnson, aka Box Office Poison, is playing Apocalypse, and you want me to believe that Disney, who just saw him tank Moana, is like, that's who we need for this franchise that we took 5 years to get off the ground with. That's who we need in this movie.
Hell no, bro. Rock is like 5 years too late to be Apocalypse, to be honest with you.
So, I mean, all these rumors of like, and it's just because that with Spider-Man Brand New Day 2 weeks away, and then Comic-Con as well, and they're gonna finally drop the trailer for Doomsday, and then they're also hinting at a possible. That's when they'll announce who. But see, the thing is,
I don't think it's gonna happen because, like,
oh no way.
I don't think they're gonna do it before this whole Sadie Sink reveal in Spider-Man a week later. You know what I mean? Because they've been holding that so tight, like that she's Jean Grey. So
as I was telling Banks, and he wouldn't want to listen, I'm like, the reason we don't know Doomsday is because there's a movie coming out.
Yeah,
that movie has an end credit scene. What do you think that end credit scene is gonna be?
Exactly, bro. They gotta feed us something at the end of Doomsday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean after Spider-Man,
Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly.
The way that they would set up, like I said, the example is like when you saw the first Avenger, the credits end. He wakes up in modern day New York, and then the second teaser is the fucking Avengers trailer where it's like they're all together finally, and I was like, holy fucking shit, they're doing it! Like, and then they're not gonna use. There probably might be one Brand New Day end credit scene where it is very like tongue in cheek, but even then, I don't think that's Daniel Cretton's kind of. Oh, I mean, not say he did tease a 10 Rings TV show. It never got off the ground.
Never seen, never heard of again.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about this. You want to talk about delays? Poor Simu Liu, but not really, because so and so as a person, good, decent actor, but like
Decent actor, yeah.
Shang-Chi, remember him? Like
they were saying that's gonna be the next big franchise, and
I enjoyed the movie. You take Aquafina out of it, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, but the whole point of like these casting rumors is like Adam Driver, okay, just because he takes bags every now and then, like this is going to be the bag he takes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like literally, like because he did that 65 movie where he was the guy from the future in the prehistoric times. Like, he'll get a bag. He'll do 3 to 4 indie movies and then be like, I need to get paid. All right, like I got kids.
It's the Jake Gyllenhaal method. I call it. It's the Gyllenhaal.
Except Jake Gyllenhaal was always trying to chase big movies to be like, I'm a famous guy. I'm a star. Like
you know me.
Exactly. I'm Jake fucking Gyllenhaal, all right? Like, but and I'll do weird. I'll get super skinny and then get insanely fucking jacked and be
scruffy.
Yeah, but and then the Bill Skarsgård thing, which like, okay, I can semi believe that. But Charles Melton as Beast, like, this is a handsome, good-looking guy. Unless he wants the Bradley Cooper easy check of like, I just show up in a voice studio and record my lines instead of being on set. I don't know why he would be playing Beast.
I think it's the smartest thing for him to play Beast, in my opinion.
But like he doesn't have that type of like, the way that they used Kelsey Grammer as Beast in the end of the Marvel scene was good when they completely animated Beast and Kelsey Grammer came back for that. Yeah, because I do believe that Beast needs that type of like sophisticated, old-timey voice. Like Charles Melton, like he talks like a young guy, so I don't think he could. His Beast wouldn't seem as realistic. But
I think they're going. I think they're going for the younger version of the team. So rumors I heard
X-Men Evolution,
kind of where like when the X-Men first appeared in the comics, it was only Jean, Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, and Angel.
Yeah.
So that's what I heard that they're gonna do with this first movie, where it's just them. So that would make sense.
2021, I did this.
Okay.
I did a dream casting of X-Men at the time. So Charles Xavier, I couldn't figure out. I picked.
It's a hard role, bro.
It's a hard role. Lance Reddick as Magneto because I did like that idea that people had at the time with like race and religion swapping Magneto. That kind of people had always expect like maybe like Rwandan genocide, something, you know, the apartheid era type of stuff going on of Africa, or maybe just something that wasn't, you know, if we're trying to adapt it into the MCU world, this guy being from, you know, the time of World War II and all that, like would he still exist now as we see when they're bringing back Ian McKellen? The guy's barely 90 years old. Like,
right.
I picked the obvious Jacob Elordi as Scott Summers, Zoe Deutsch as Jean Grey.
I'm not mad at that. That's actually
Alden Ehrenreich is Wolverine. Because when you see Alden Ehrenreich, and like he has kind of like that rugged look. He's not super tall, but he is kind of stocky in like a fit way.
Yeah, I can see where you were headed with that.
Wrong choice for Han Solo, but good. Like he could kind of be more of an asshole, I think. Like like how he should have been as Han Solo, kind of instead of like the sweetness that they try to have him be back and forth.
And him versus Jacob Elordi is a good contrast. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I can see that.
The woman who I had playing Storm, she was the actress that was in the second Coming to America, I believe. She was playing the love interest of Jermaine Fowler.
Okay.
Super gorgeous, but like I don't think she's been in anything since that. Leanne Cunningham, aka Davos Seaworth, is Beast. I'd say that type of voice for Beast I think would have worked.
Okay.
Of like, oh Charles, you know what you like playing up that. I had Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Iceman. Great actor. I think he could play that well. And if you wanted to do something again where like, is Iceman gay? You know, is he leaning into like the LGBTQ side of the X-Men? That character I think has always kind of fluctuated, right?
Right. That's true.
Taylor Russell as Kitty Pryde.
Okay.
Like another young up and coming actress at that time.
I want to see her in a franchise period. I feel like.
Would you know the story of Michael B. Jordan's Thomas Crown affair?
Yeah. Yeah,
that she was cast in it. They were kind of maybe seeing each other. Then
yeah. Then it
didn't
fell
go
apart.
further. Then they
Yeah,
replaced her with the aforementioned Adria Horna.
yeah, exactly.
So Glenn Powell. This was before the Channing Tatum resurgence as Gambit, but Glenn Powell as Gambit, I think would have worked. I think Glenn Powell 100% has that Gambit energy. But I'm glad we do. I'm glad now we got Channing Tatum's Gambit. It was one of my highlights of
It's
2024
funny
at
as
the
shit.
movies.
It's funny as
Well,
hell, bro.
oh, I made a little baby coming out of there, uh, Angel, Tom Glengarney. Speaking of House of the
Okay.
Dragon, that
Yeah.
I thought of him more. This was when he was in Dunkirk. He was one of the guys on the boat with Barry Keoghan.
Okay.
He has that type of angel look to him. I couldn't figure out who would play Havoc or Jubilee. Margaret Qualley as Rogue. I think I'm still perfect with that casting.
I'm not mad at that, but honestly, I can see her playing Shadowcat as well.
I think the reason you could have her play Rogue is her doing the fight scenes would look badass. Of like her being super powerful. I don't want her playing Anna Paquin Rogue. I want her playing the Rogue that like fucks shit up. And again, like based off the substance, leaning into that sexy side of Rogue with the touching and the power and all that.
Yeah.
Asia Kate Dillon, she was the non-binary actor on Billions. She was in the third John Wick. I had her playing Mystique, and you can lean into that ambiguity of Mystique not having a feminine look.
That's a great point. Good point.
Toad, Jason Mantzoukas to be the comic relief. And like his Toad would be great because you couldn't hate him for being a bad guy, but you could like him at the same time. Like, what am I doing? Like,
that in between. Yeah.
Jack Lowden, who was also in Dunkirk, he's on that show Slow Horses. Him playing Pyro, he's kind of like a reddish, blondish, dirty blonde type of hair. This actress Christina Rodlow, she was in the show Too Old to Die Young. I had her playing Morrow. Like, her career didn't really take off. And at the bottom, I had Bishop and Cable in case you went further down. I had Mo McRae, solid that guy actor, in Den of Thieves and Sons of Anarchy, as Bishop.
Okay.
But
I think it's gonna be what's his name? What's his name? My son from Star Wars movies.
John Boyega?
I think it's gonna be Boyega.
Yeah. But that's what I did back in 2020.
That's not bad though. I'm not mad at any of these, honestly.
If I had to change a couple, if there was Xavier now,
I think Skarsgård would be fine, but I kind of like the Patrick Wilson.
On how young do you want to go, right? Yeah, it is that thing of like how young do you want to go,
right?
With that,
because I like the Patrick Wilson rumors. I'm not mad at that at all.
I've never been a Patrick Wilson fan.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really liked him. I've just always been mad at his thinning hair and just his thing is like the handsome guy, but like not super handsome at the same time. Like, very average, handsome guy. And in real life, he's married to Carolina from Succession.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, fuck this guy even more.
Yeah.
Got her but yeah, I've just never.
I loved him as in Aquaman. I thought he was really good as Orm.
I only have ever seen parts of the second one, but he is good as Ocean Master in the first one. He is, especially compared to James Hetfield's, aka Jason Momoa's performance.
Yeah,
he does a better job as Orm.
I thought he took it more serious than him.
Exactly, and I'm shocked how good that first Aquaman was. Like James Wan did his thing. Really with should be a blockbuster director based off Furious 7 and Aquaman, but he chooses to stay in the horror realm. And I'm like, you could do so much.
He's playing it safe. He's playing it too safe, bro.
Yeah, but the Xavier thing, because again, like you could pick a British actor again of any race at this point. And you could pick, again, like I said, an older guy, a younger guy. But in the Cyclops thing, like Elordi, I don't think ever wants to get into that franchise realm based off his own kind of debate about it.
He want to be an actor.
Yeah, which I'm like, even as an actor, you're okay. Like I understand your choices. Like he's trying to do the Brad Pitt thing a little too much.
Yeah.
Of like work with different directors, work with different roles.
But I'm like, bro, get the bag first.
Yeah.
And you can always be an actor down the line, you know,
and use it to your advantage. I've been like, he could pull off Scott Summers easily. Like it's Nate from Euphoria, but like with actually being a nice guy, but having that energy at the same time of like super masculine guy.
Yeah, if the daddy issues worked in his favor,
Yeah.
Cyclops, you know what I mean? But I definitely could think he could do that.
But the problem is too, and the way that I had mapped it out is, so I guess you have to start off with like typical them versus the Brotherhood, right? The four.
I think they're gonna
versus,
skip that, bro. I think they're gonna skip
can
that.
you rush into?
I think so. I've seen it so many.
And just cause I haven't watched any of it. 97.
Oh my! When I say Davis, you would love 97.
But as
you would
everyone
love
knows,
97.
I am not the cartoon guy when it comes
to
to
Chloe Highline.
Invincible is the only cartoon I really am like I live and die with when it comes to like superhero.
I'm gonna say this to you, especially this 97 remake, right? That they're doing now, the reboot. It's so highbrow, real storytelling that you would love it, bro. It's not like a typical cartoon.
Interesting, but also at that same time, the way y'all and X would shit on Invincible animation, I'm like, this X-Men 97 animation, it looks like it's kind of like this.
Yeah, no, it is. It is jarring at first, but honestly, the show is so good that you'll be like, I don't even notice it anymore. Like, I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah,
even though it's still shitty.
But I know that they're bringing in again Apocalypse. But that's the point of like, if you beat Apocalypse right away, or if you have to stay away from. It's not that Chloe. It's not that I don't like cartoons. When people are like cartoons are the superior art, that's what kind of like when they'll pick when they're like they pick anime over real TV, or they'll pick Miyazaki over real films, or they'll pick stuff like that. Of like, oh, Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie. It's got a fucking cheat code. You know how hard it is to make those sets in real life and do those stunts. Of course, they can do whatever they want in Spider-Verse. Like it's just it's cheat codes to me, especially when it comes to superhero stuff. Like you're able to do so much more because the real actors aren't going to sign up for all that, and then the CGI at the same time isn't going to be able to match without it looking like a PlayStation 2 game. So
yeah. So if I had to guess the route for X-Men they're going to take, I think they're going to do Sinister first, because it's just never been done on screen live action.
Don't forget, it was teased at the end of Apocalypse.
It was.
Which, so I think that piece of shit Bryan Singer was like, I'm fucking up this movie, and they already know I'm fucking it up, and I'm going to tease a movie that they're not going to make, because speaking of a guy who Hollywood should get out of here, Simon Kinberg is like, let me redo Dark Phoenix.
Like, I'm sorry.
Have redemption, and he fucked it up even more, even though it's got a really good Cyclops performance by Ty Sheridan.
But you know what it is? I don't know why they would do the Skrulls, knowing they couldn't use the Skrulls, bro. That's a Skrull storyline. It's like,
well, and it's the biggest problem. Like, someone had shitted on like the suit, like, oh, that's why they can't wear those big yellow X suits. Like, those suits look decent when they were actually put deep, but they never wear the suits in the X-Men movies. That's the problem. Yeah. Like, the end of Apocalypse, it's Cyclops with the blue and yellow. It's Nightcrawler with the red and black. It's Jean Grey, and Bryan Singer is like, end of the movie, it's done. Nope, you're not going to see these suits. Nope. It was just a tease, just like in the end of the 2017 Power Rangers movie. 20 minutes left, they finally Mighty Morph, and I was like, what have the last 90 minutes been?
Oh my god!
I just watched them be fucking CW TV for 90 minutes, and then you're like, it's morphin time. I'm like, that's how the TV show. I didn't want to watch you do that. Like,
I wanted to see the suits in action, bro. Yeah.
But for the way that they've been doing X-Men, and I mean, I understand the like wait and see. Like, we've had all these other factors played and now in terms of the MCU, like Kevin Feige not rushing. As we saw the way that Fantastic Four turned out, was that the right way to do Fantastic Four? Even though I only think they did Fantastic Four to set up Doom. So there was that thing of like, you kind of sacrifice something bigger for something
even larger.
Well, in a sense of like scale wise, but like audience wise, or like critical wise, and that's what hurt Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
At the same point, like, you already sacrificed Galactus, so now you got to put Apocalypse up front and center so like the first mega mutant these kids fight, it's the Super Saiyan of all mutants, and like, so it's the problem with Age of Ultron. Like, Age of Ultron should have been like Empire Strikes Back. Like, Ultron wins wins the day. Instead they neutered Ultron, and it's like, oh, but because their bigger idea was
Civil War. Yeah.
It's that same flawed mindset of like, which is my problem with wrestling. Like you're booking Sami Zayn as champ, but you know CM Punk wants the title behind the scenes, and you actually want CM Punk and Cody Rhodes to happen. And so what's Sami Zayn doing?
Exactly.
Like,
you screw Sammy. You blow your load with the Chicago Punk winning thing. Yeah. It's just bad, bro. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's.
But
again, like I'm not gonna let because everyone before we get because we'll end with Obsession. So if you haven't seen Obsession,
okay, yeah,
we're gonna spoil Obsession. So if you tune out in the next couple minutes, it's okay. But tomorrow's episode, I'm gonna do another episode tomorrow with Cody Dre.
Oh yeah,
it's finally gonna happen.
Yeah, the biggest haters,
the powers that be have gotten out of the way.
The haters, mega powers,
reunited after so many years. Cody Dre. We're gonna have Sami Zayn, Jay White, whoever else you want to talk about wrestling. That's the wrestling show tomorrow. Is me and Cody Dre.
Oh my god!
Tune in for that before we get to Obsession. But yeah, it's like you got Obafemi the title shot, but how come he can't use his? And Sky can use it, and that's how they're booking the MCU of like you booked Shang-Chi and like these rings have multi-universal, and then where's Shang-Chi? Where the fuck he been at? Like,
where's the rings even? The rings haven't even popped back up. Yeah. You know what I mean? They popped back up in Miss Marvel saying, "Oh, they all might be connected," but then that was it. Like,
yeah, and I failed to keep up with the street level stuff, like the Daredevil Born Again stuff. I haven't kept up with the Punisher one shot. I haven't kept up with. I'm gonna have to catch up with that before.
The only thing I will say about Punisher one shot is Bernthal should never touch the pen ever again, bro.
It is that thing of like certain guys think they got a handle on the character. It's the number one actor killer when like this is why they would say like Kevin Costner had started to take over his movies.
Yeah.
Robert and any actors like
any big actor.
This directing shit ain't that hard.
I can do this.
Yeah. All you do is say cut and shit. Like, I mean, so yeah, I mean, I understand his criticism too of both sidings, a lot of stuff politically and being, kind of that. But him as the Punisher, yeah, I've heard that's the weakness of it is like the voice he wants to give.
And just the writing of it, that was like the action I thought was really good, but like the writing, I'm just like, don't give this guy the book ever again, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's the Cody Rhodes 2021 AEW run. Like, hey, have Malachi Black beat me twice in a row, and then I never get the win back. So
I'm so giving.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. So Bernthal is like, I think I really got to figure it out. This guy here's the story I want to tell. Let me tell you something. I got something. I got something for this character.
That's him exactly.
Meanwhile, Tom Holland, he's playing Roman Reigns. Like, I'm only going to do work with John Bernthal. I'm only going to do work with
my girl. Yeah,
I'm exactly. Going to do work with him.
Robert Pattinson.
I just found out that he brought the screenwriter from Challengers to do a pass at it.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He bossed up on Marvel. He was just like, after being on set with Nolan, he should have been did it. Because he did last movie.
He caused the delay from No Way Home until Brand New Day. It was all his, because Sony knew we can't restart Spider-Man quickly with a new actor.
Yeah.
We have to wait for this guy because he's perfect. And at the same time, he was also his own enemy because no one cares about you when you're not Spider-Man.
You're not Spider-Man, yeah.
I'm sorry. You were wrong for Nathan Drake. Completely wrong.
Even though I don't think that movie's terrible. That movie's okay.
It's a bad movie. I've only seen it the one time, but he was just not Nathan Drake. And as you can tell, like Ruben Fleischer got bullied into making that movie.
Oh yeah,
as his buy one get one.
Yeah.
No, he did. Venom was his escape from Hollywood jail, so they allowed him to do Zombieland Double Tap. But then they're like, if you want to keep a job, Ruben, you got to make this Uncharted movie that 8 guys have passed on over the years.
And nobody wants to touch. Yeah.
And then he goes from doing that to Now You See Me 3. It's like, oh, God, I would hate again. When people are like, Davis, you should direct a movie. I'm like, you know how hard it is to direct a movie? And then when it goes back, like, look at Josh Trank's career.
Oh, my God. He's never recovered.
He made one solid, phenomenal movie. Yep. Made one awful movie. And then they're like, never again.
Never again. You're never getting the book again.
Until he self-funded his Capone movie, which tanked because COVID happened.
Yeah.
And then now he's making a horror movie, like a low budget horror movie. That's like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to get one shot and it's all gone. Like
Horror seems to be the way if you need to, like, a quick fix for your career, bro.
oh yeah, because look at the movie that Mix and I talked about a couple of weeks ago. Did you see that trailer for Onslaught with
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Adam Wingard's like, I just made 2 Kong Godzilla movies. I can go make this horror action movie for $40 million and do what the fuck I want to do instead of listen to y'all with Kong, what Kong and Godzilla got to do and all that.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, these rumors, I don't know why we should put any stock into them. They all sound
not yet.
Insane.
Yeah, not yet.
I don't believe Adam Driver. Again, if you're going to do Mr. Sinister right away, okay. Well, I never got with fucking Ironheart. So because there's also, again, is Sacha Baron Cohen ever going to return as fucking
Mephisto? Yeah.
Like all these loose ends that they've had. It's just the part where like the MCU, it's in this state of mind of like, what story do you want to tell? Because I was the only one like, I'm into the Kang shit. I'm into it.
Yeah, me too.
He just
all
he
this
just
could have been
avoided
if they recast Kang. We're not in a situation at all.
Yes, and they should have. I mean, you could. As I think X said, like there were stories that like he was locked in as the character, right? In terms of contract wise, I'm sure like we're casting it would have been something, but like you could have got Coleman Domingo, you could have got
so many people. Yeah. Before he was Wonder Man, you could have got
But I think the best would have been Coleman Domingo as Kang.
Yeah, for sure.
Kang, because he would have been believable. But Abdul Mateen again, because I did all the Marvel TV show stuff. I've just been completely not making time for like Wonder Man. My girl said it was phenomenal.
Yeah, you were like Wonder Man too.
But Yahya is again a guy like Yahya was a guy who like Hollywood's next chosen one. Doesn't do anything for 2-3 years, and now has like 4 or 5 projects in a row. And it's like, do you remember how this guy was supposed to be great? I'm like, yeah.
What happened?
And then as Banks and I talked about a few episodes ago with Your Mother trailer, like that was the team supposed to do Blade.
Yep.
And Kevin Feige couldn't say yes to a script or
so they were like,
a casting decision or anything. So those 2 guys said, let's go make a movie that looks kind of badass instead. But yeah, it's just all this mismatch. It's just that 2019, 2024, 5 era United of like, let's go buy this guy. Let's go buy that guy. Let's bring back CR7. They brought back Johnny Evans. I'm like, Johnny Evans. Oh my god!
It was playing him. That's the
how
issue.
Chris Evans feels.
Yeah.
I said I was done. And now he's looking how I'm looking. He's got the long hair and the beard. And he's like, I'm not even gonna be Steve Rogers anymore. I'm playing Chris Evans. That's who I'm playing.
Exactly.
Like, I'm playing Family Man.
Hold my child.
Yeah, I mean that teaser where it's like, all right, he's got a baby, he's got the suit, but the promo art is like he's got a black shirt, long hair, and
he got his Uniqlo t-shirt on. And, shit is crazy, bro.
Like what's going on? It's like Paul Rudd. Oh yeah, because it's like Paul Rudd is like, yeah, I can show up. I'm Paul Rudd. I do everything. Yeah,
I'm here.
And then Anthony Mackie is like, the real Captain America is here.
Anthony Mackie got screwed on that so bad on that whole deal, man. Got screwed so
great
bad.
in the movie, bad movie.
Just bad movie,
it is
bro.
The ultimate like it is LeBron swept by the Spurs. It's like you are so good, everyone else around you sucks. Like
they made a Hulk movie with Captain America, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, Danny Ramirez is good in it too. He just doesn't have much to do.
Even what's the guy playing Isaiah Bradley?
Carl Lumbly. Yeah, Carl.
He's fucking amazing too. But outside of that,
the part of like he was supposed to be in the third act fighting alongside him or something like that. Like those set foot, like that way that movie got. And the Seth Rollins of it all, and the way he got stitched in and out. Yeah, that's the movie.
He caught a really bad case with that, man.
And even Julius Ona's directing style at times, like this is kind of some good filmmaking, and then it'd be like the worst edit or cut, and you'd be like, oh my god, what's going on here?
The Giancarlo Esposito's in 2 minutes of the movie.
Oh, and you can tell that it was on the green screen for that second 2 minutes. Like, it's just everything going. I mean, Thunderbolts, I enjoyed. They picked the right people in terms of like bringing those characters back, giving them something to do. and I trust what Jake Shire can do with the X-Men just based off the scene in which all the Thunderbolts showed what their powers are to save the people from the collapsing building. Like,
Yeah.
that's why they picked, like, that's the point of the X-Men. Optic blast, you know, psychic powers, you know, angels who
weather control.
Like, yeah, treating it like a video game where like you have to use the people for the different levels to get in and out of stuff. Like it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Like, oh, switch to triangle because you got to use him now. Switch to circle. Like,
you got to make an ice bridge. So pick Iceman.
Exactly. Like the way he handled that scene with Thunderbolts, I'm like, that's why this guy is perfect for X-Men. So I can get with that. But at the same time, it's like now you got internal conflict of like they're the Avengers, but he's restarting the Avengers. But then the spaceship is coming out from outer space. And who could possibly that be? And it's
so much going on.
It's a mess. It's a mess. And the part I'm like, you should have really, in the way that you should really fix this is just bring, of all people, bring Ryan Reynolds into this. Because he's the guy who can fix this. Because he fixed it. As I said in my letterbox for Deadpool Wolverine, it shows that it's the biggest strength in Hollywood, which is like get a bunch of likable actors. Have been doing some funny cool shit, but it's also like this is why Hollywood's dying. It was the ultimate savior and killer of Hollywood being Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, oh my god, the fact that this is amazing shows that we're in a problem. Like this is
we're in a real bind right now.
Yeah, but to bring Deadpool into it, that's how you could save Doomsday or Secret Wars if it's too late to save Doomsday. But to put him in Secret Wars would probably save what they're trying to pull off. But
absolutely.
We're 2 weeks out from Brand New Day. I still have high hopes for it. It was my most anticipated.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Again, it's crazy that Destin Daniel Cretton, who made small indie character dramas and then one badass action sci-fi fantasy movie with Shang-Chi, is like he's the guy that's figured out Spider-Man. I think John Watts gets too much hate because he was coming from a guy who really had barely made stuff. To then make 3 Spider-Man movies in a row, I feel like the studio was eating him.
But he had a lot working against him. He had the studio, two studios working against him. You know what I mean?
And the way that I said this about No Way Home when I rewatched it on my letterbox, I'm like, it's the pinnacle of COVID era filmmaking. Yes, a lot of the CGI looks bad, and it's also like a lot of scenes where you can tell people are not there or at 6 feet for a reason. Like, why is everyone standing so far away from each other? Like it's as close to a masterpiece as you can get in that time span of making a movie.
Absolutely.
And I'll give him the credit for that. But like, I think people shit on him just like they've already, like, that Dune 3 trailer drops and we're like, Greg Fraser, we don't need Greg Fraser. We got Linus Sandgren. I'm like, yeah, I've seen Linus Sandgren shot movies. Not because I've actually watched movies, you idiot. Exactly. Like, I've seen Whiplash. I've seen First Man. I've seen the Damien Chazelle movie. I've seen the Emerald Fennell movies he shot, and they look phenomenal. Like, Greg Fraser, great cinematographer, but there are other movies out there, people. Like, don't lose. Like, everyone's already up on Eric Messerschmidt based off the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've seen David Fincher movies. Of course, it's Eric Messerschmidt's going to make this shit look good. Like, people, film Twitter just irritates me when they're like, everything is the first. It's just like,
this is the guy. This is it.
It's the last pay-per-view. This is better than the last pay-per-view, which is better than the last pay-per-view, which is better than the last pay-per-view. It's all that nonsense.
Yeah, man.
As we were about to say before we close out, because I saw you tweet this yesterday, and I saw it because I was waiting for it to get on Peacock. So Obsession, I finally see. So this is spoilers for here on out. Obsession, written and directed by Kerry Barker, who said he's not a YouTuber turned director. He's a YouTuber turned director.
Yeah, I'm like, don't fool me.
Don't. It's not a diss. Like, for a guy who went from that, like, phenomenal job. This is the ultimate, like, straight from high school to the pros leap. You didn't stumble, nothing like that. But
even coming off that Ireland movie, it's like YouTubers to the
I didn't waste my time with that because I was never into like the Markiplier. Anytime I saw him or like the same people on YouTube trends over and over again, the YouTube spotlight, I would just like mute, block. Yeah,
get
like,
this
I'm not
out
watching
of here.
Schmoz or the Rhett and Link. Like, nope. I'm not watching this. Your content's not for me. Nope.
But YouTuber into Major League, it's a real thing, man. But Obsession is. I think it's a really good horror movie. I just think, what's her name? Indy Neverett?
Yeah.
I think she's a fucking star. I think she's out of here, bro.
One, are you saying that because she's an attractive woman? Because you wouldn't be wrong by saying that. Because let's not forget, this is always my number one thing when people see a woman and like she's a star. She's
The
Julia
star,
Fox.
baby.
Everyone said Julia Fox was a star after Uncut Gems. What did she do after?
Julia Fox went on a Linsanity run.
Yes, that is
and
the
that
ultimate,
wasn't in that movie.
Everyone, when they see Julia Fox or say Julia, they always quote Linsanity with it.
Yes.
And they never. Here's the thing. I watched this movie called Trap House a few months ago with Dave Bautista. Right. I watched it because I saw a reel with And They Never Returned. I'm like, who's this woman? And I'm like, what is this movie? All right, I Googled it and I'm like, oh, it's on Netflix. And I watched it. It's a bad movie with a great premise. It's one of those things where like if they had money, they could have executed it better.
Right.
But she's in this movie and I watched it based off her looking good in this movie. So I'm like, again, like that's what I had said with Banks a while back. I'm like, that's old school star appeal. That's who's in this movie? James Mansfield, or who's in this movie? Marilyn Monroe. You say? Oh, I'll go see that movie. Like that's what she had for this movie. That old school star system of you put someone attractive on the poster. She just also happens to have the actual talent to go with the look, and that's what this movie showcases. But after I watched it, I'm like, this movie really is about having terrible friends.
Oh yeah, from the jump, from the beginning.
I mean, I had seen brief spoilers in terms of, and they weren't even spoilers, but I had seen someone tweet like, how did his buddy get with her? Because that's one of the things that's revealed at the end, which was that they were fucking on and off the whole time, which I'm like, you can kind of, that's hinted at the beginning. Yeah. He kind of says stuff without saying stuff, like he knows how she is and the freaky Nikki thing and the stuff.
Yeah, the freaky, yeah, exactly.
And what was it? Oh, and the billion, I had saw someone with the $1 billion thing. So that was another thing that was semi-spoiled. But that was semi-spoiled. I still ended up enjoying the actual reveal with the money falling from the fucking sky. Because I only saw someone posted him saying, I wish for $1 billion and his reaction. So when it actually happens, that's like, this movie is insanely funny at the same time.
Yeah.
It is a great horror movie, which at 2 to 3 times I had some like real like chills, especially when she was in the corner saying, I just want to watch you sleep.
I just want to watch you. Like, whoa.
I felt cold for a second, like, and just sitting there like, but yeah, it's really about terrible. Yeah. Yes, Stan. These people, they're worse than Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Seinfeld is the ultimate, like, we are terrible people. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The League, everything. We're like, we are a terrible group of friends. Like, we deserve everything that happens to us. But it's like, his friend can't tell him he's fucking her when he knows he's been pining after her for so long. His other friend, who's into him, in the classic 80s trope way of, like, the second best looking girl in the movie is into our protagonist. And he doesn't know it.
Yeah, he doesn't
he can't see it at all, man. He is too blind to this other, which granted, it's like a 9.5 to a 8.5. So not a steep drop, but at the same time, like, this girl's a looker. As I'm bringing back a looker, like, she's a looker.
Yeah, we got to bring back the old terms. Yeah.
She can't tell him, oh, she just sees you as a friend. I'm the one who's actually into you. These are terrible people to each other.
Across the board, bro.
She plays in his face about, like, if you want to tell me how you feel, you got to tell me now. Which, how many times have you lived through that personally? Because I lived through it.
A lot.
And that's it. Like, this movie made me uncomfortable in that way. Like, I'm glad I'm older.
Right.
I'm glad I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm never going to go back to that style. Because these people are supposed to be 23-ish or so. Yeah. 24. Because she's trying to get into art school.
Yeah.
But high school's already passed. But they're not talking about college. Because they're all working. Mm-hmm. And that, my only negative thing, I gave it 4 out of 5 on my Letterboxd, was just like the 80s-ish feel. But I think that's more so due to budget.
Right, like budget constraints,
making his house and their fashion, because I'm like, these aren't how people would dress. Like, why is he dressing like a dad? Why is his buddy dressing like it's fucking Weird Science, Breakfast Club, frat boy style, and all that. And again, like, she packs him a lunchbox, with a real lunchbox. I'm like, maybe again the part of the country that they're in, it's still old timey. I can kind of see that too, but it felt
But
like it
still,
was
though,
not. It
yeah,
felt like it wanted to harken back to that '80s vibe, but be modern day. So that was my only kind of issue with it, in terms of like it's not perfect, but yeah, a perfect blend of comedy, drama, and pure horror. I mean,
yeah. I love the ending. I love how it ended.
so you like the super like nihilism, dark,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
let's be dark with it, and then like her crying, and as the thing
And she
pans
wakes
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would. That's the thing. The best scene to me, because it was the funniest scene, but also the scariest scene at the same time, is when he calls the number
yes.
and the guy, and I think that's the voice of the director. I didn't
Oh,
look. I'm
really?
pretty sure. Let me look up real quick because it almost sounded on him based off the one like Twitter video I saw that he had trending of like because him and the guy that played Ian Cooper Tomlinson, Curry
Mhm.
Barker and him are like a buddy or like a J.J. Abrams, Greg Gunberg like star director writer combo.
Right.
So like they're gonna like Curry Barker's next movie, he's the star of. And that's the thing, like Curry Barker's kind of doing the Tarantino thing where he's going to be the star writer and director of his next movie, and Aaron Paul is going to be a supporting character. So that's the thing where I'm like, this guy maybe be shooting to the moon a little too quick. But if you made almost $400 million off a movie that didn't even have $1 billion budget, you got to shoot for the moon at that
You
point.
gotta keep going. Yeah.
Because Tarantino went from I won an Oscar for Pulp Fiction to I'm the star of From Dusk Till Dawn, and no
Put
one's going to
me in
tell
it.
me otherwise.
Exactly.
That's
the funniest thing about Tarantino. He's such a bad actor. Such a great
Oh,
guy.
horrendous! Yeah. Curry Barker was the voice of the customer service guy. So yeah, when he calls, that's. But that's a great. What do you want? You want to undo it? You want to like? He's like, can I just alter? He's like, I don't know, man. You can't. It doesn't work like that. It made it feel like. And then the scene when he has with the guy back at the shop, who's like, "You're coming in with the wrong energy, pal. You gotta slow this down."
But that's the comedic element that I think that makes the horror work.
That's why I'm like, you can't say you're not a YouTuber when this is perfect YouTube skit energy that you're capturing. Like,
exactly.
And just, but at the same time, he was smart with long, lingering takes, not a lot of camera cutting. A lot of just like letting the unease of like the actors doing all the work with their faces and
letting it play out, bro. I
think
that's one of the best things. Yeah.
The whole time you just were like, if I was in his shoes, when would I have made a wish so ludicrous?
So, yeah, why would you waste your wish on that, bro? And especially because you could have already had her low key.
Well, I believe when she's like, tell me how you really feel. If he says, I love you, she would have been like, I don't. And then the end, no movie. And straight up, that's the vibe. That's the vibe it gives off right away.
Yeah,
is that he pissed her off with the freaking Nikki thing, and she's already like, "Listen, if you think you got a future in me, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't." Right. But then he makes the wish, and then
it starts
scary.
I like how it starts immediately,
right there on the port, and that's the other part of like the way that the wish works, where like. The whole time they are hinting like she's fighting herself the whole time. So when he hears her voice, when he calls the customer rep, like her screaming, and then when she talks to him in her sleep that night of like, just kill me, free me, let me go. It's like, oh, so the way that the wish works again is to the effect of like, she does love him, but it's only because the wish is forcing her to, which is what he asked. Like, does she really? He's like, you got what you wanted, you got what you wished for. Like, what are you complaining about? Like,
how you feel about the cat theory?
So what is the cat theory?
Cat theory is that
I was trying to think of something where the cat starts off with the cat overdosing, which I'm like, how did the cat get the pills?
Yeah,
right away. Right away.
That's a good point.
And then he puts the cat in a bag, which that's bad on him. To like, why not just bury it or throw it out in the trash right away? Again, movie logic. It's one of those things where you gotta just put it out of your mind. But like, so when she puts the memorial for it out, and he's like shocked and awed about it, like this isn't wrong. And then when she finally feeds it to him, it's again like you could have solved this easily by just throwing it in the dumpster or burying it.
Be normal.
So what is the theory? I didn't mean to. But that's my point. Like, the way that the cat lingers around is kind of like a red herring kind of sort.
Yeah, but the thing is, the cat theory is basically that the spirit that possesses Nikki is the dead cat. and the cats love
something that loves him just
Yeah.
as much. If they had shown him loving the cat prior to
maybe
that would have made a lot of sense. It's one of those things where like, but he is deeply upset when the cat passes.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he's already alluded to his grandmother passing. And
Right,
it's just
right.
like
And the connection between that,
something's always happening around him. And so it's not a bad theory, especially for.
I thought it was interesting. I just thought it was interesting that when he was mentioning
it would make sense. I think Curry Barker would be like, that's a good one, but no. Like how most directors do when they hear theories, like, all right, that, but no, not at all. The cat symbolizes it, but it's no. But yeah, that's not bad. But the way, and I gotta look it up too, because I was confused. Was Sarah supposed to be Ian's sister at the same time? Because that confused me.
That's what I thought.
Because she says dad to Andy Richter,
right,
who's their boss, but I don't think he calls him dad. But they go to his house for the party, and he says, I won't tell Sarah to come, even though it's boys' night. Would that be just because it's boys' night she would come anyway? Or she lives upstairs, of course she's going to come down.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
And again, and these aren't just like, oh, it took me out of the movie. Or it's just
no, this is
like,
just
couldn't he just tell his buddy, like, my sister's into you, and you see, like, she's into you? Like, that type, and I'm into the girl that you're into. It's, again,
that goes back to the bad friend group.
Yeah, terrible friend group. It's one of those old things. Like, see, this is why I'm already someone like you shouldn't have that many friends, because stuff like that will happen. But like or if you're good, but it's my number one theory of like never be friends with someone you're attracted to. Never ever be friends. Never put. I put that in my mindset early. I'm like, I'm never going to be friends with or force myself to be friends with, because in the off chance one day you come around. So that was always in the back of my mind. I was like, when I was single, I'm like, no, like, yeah, we can be friends. And then I hope one day.
Playing the long game.
You're going to look at and see me. I've been there. It's been all along. It has been you. Yeah,
exactly. No. Do you end up in situations like this?
Yeah, because as I was saying with, like, when I was seeing that, it is a great premise. It's not, again, Twilight Zone, how many other movies, it's not completely original, but the execution of it is how you make it stand out and how you make it catch on. And as when most Hollywood, no idea is fully original, but it's how you're willing to, make it entertaining for people.
And especially for like a modern audience, like, you know what I mean? Making things that were old, new again.
Yeah. A lot of the freakiest moment, the cat sandwich was disturbing, but I would say,
I thought her just watching them sleep was just weird to me.
That gave me actual chills. Runner up would be the tape on the door.
That was weird too.
But that was a great, like, he actually is able to open it. Or you could just stay here. You could just stay in, like, and the way that she plays certain lines, and again, like her face.
Bro, she's so good, bro.
Altering it. The scene when they're all together and her dragging the Sarah back in the chair was cringe in the right way of like, ugh. If you were at that party, you would be like,
what is wrong with that?
Yeah. It had
even the restaurant scene. No.
Yeah, which everyone's always dreaded of, like, I don't want to cause a scene in public. So when you've seen other people cause a scene in public, you're like, oh, fuck, why does this have to happen when I'm out? Yeah, which again, like, that energy of like, what kind of era are we in? Even though the letter clearly says 2024 when she's accepted into college, but no, I thought it's my number one on my Letterboxd for 2026. It beat Project Hail Mary, which had the lead right now, but I'm behind on like 6 movies I need to catch up on that I'm interested in.
Right,
but it's got the number one.
It's up there. It's definitely going to be up there towards everybody's end of year list. It's that good. I like Backrooms too, but
that's the thing, I haven't seen Backrooms yet.
Backrooms is cool. I think that's another YouTube the movie.
Yep,
thing
the
too.
Carson, and that's the thing. I want to watch those shorts because he said it all connects to the movie. Kane Parsons is the real, like, this guy's fucking a kid. He's the real Spielberg in terms of like, and same thing with Curry Barker. Curry Barker's only like 24, and Curry Barker's next project after this movie that he's starring in is he's gonna reboot for the 400th time Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
For
That he was the one that
A24,
won.
right? Or is it like
Yep. Yeah,
yep.
him and it was a combination of A24 and Glenn Powell's production company won the rights
Okay.
in a weird way where Curry Barker got the film rights and Glenn Powell and A24 I think got the TV rights. It's a stupid thing where they're trying to like
split it up.
Well, yeah, and how what happened with the Crystal Lake show that Linda Cardellini's in, where like they can use Crystal Lake, but they can't use Jason because film rights Jason, everything else up for grabs, which is why they're trying to do like what Netflix did with that Nurse Ratched show.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do with this Crystal Lake show of like
the
woman behind the madness and all that is the responsible part, which. When stuff gets melted all that sorts of way, we talked about Morbius earlier. I was not interested in like the Sinister Six without the main guy. You want to see involved. It's like
I don't want to see Spider-Man without these guys.
You know, I watched Kraven the Hunter and I'm like, what a waste of time this was.
I still think, man, why wasn't Russell Crowe Kraven if you were gonna do it, bro?
Speaking of guys who showed up to act, he was the
only he's going crazy.
You will have the enemy. I can Russell Crowe. I'll say this about Russell Crowe. He lives the life. He just he could be in. He's in that same way as Samuel Jackson. He can show up in any big movie. He can show up in any Redbox movie. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get respect. But with Russell Crowe, he can get fat and still be
do whatever you need.
Guy.
Yep.
And everyone's like, hey, it's Russell. Hey, that's Russell Crowe. He just got better. Like
even for casual people, they're like, that's Gladiator, bro.
Yeah, he can dine off that, and he's still got like a young 30-year-old wife. It's it's just that mindset of like I'm Russell Crowe. I can do whatever I want. It's just but that idea of splitting up, and you can see that's why Sony's like, we can't do that anymore. It's a wrap.
It's over.
We've had too many false starts.
Continuity.
That's why I'm down on the Clayface movie. I'm like, this looks hard.
I mean, my thing is like I have no problem doing a Clayface. I'm just like, why now? Why not try to establish Batman?
James Gunn. That's the movie James Gunn would want to make. Yeah, but he can't make it. Like I've been saying, like he picked the projects he would want to make, but at the same time, he can't be on set for 6 different films.
No.
So he wants to shepherd them, but he only picked 2 movies. That was it. He picked, and one of them was his own.
His own shit, yeah. I'm gonna get
ridiculous. No, but Obsession, phenomenal. Again, if you haven't seen it
yet,
movie. Peacock, if you listen through the spoiler, it's still enjoyable even if it's spoiled because it's just I felt, was it worth its duration? Because at 49 minutes, I'm like, there's another hour left. Interesting, but it just kept getting worse in terms of like. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. This is the tension, like an Ari Aster film of like, fuck. I would like, oh god, not like, I want to turn it off. Just like I would hate
to be in this position,
because it would feel so real. Like it does feel so real. Like like the scene where he takes her to the ER and they won't admit her because there's no audio, so it makes it seem like they think he did it or it kind of hints at like why they won't see her to get her face stitched up. But that scene was just like, oh god, like to go through that
and they have to go back home with her.
To go back home and she's just like my pretty face. It's like god, but all of it just. And there are these rumors like what's in They Never Read T gonna do next, like they said again, rumors, just like the X-Men rumors are like Michael Mann's Heat 2, but I'm like, Heat 2 doesn't fucking exist. It's a fucking scam. All right? I've been saying it.
Yo, bro,
I've been saying Heat 2 updates
every few weeks.
Every week they say production starts next month. They've said that all of 2026.
Yep.
I don't believe. They said Adam Driver is going to play young Robert De Niro, and then they said now it's Stephen Graham. I'm like, how do you go from Adam Driver to Stephen Graham? They're 2 different human beings.
Exactly.
Stephen Graham is short Scouser from Lynn, and Adam Driver is 6'4"
tall guy,
Marine Corps veteran. Like, huh? Like, what?
I don't know, man. I don't know what she does. I think I think all the franchise players are gonna be trying to get her in shit. So I don't know if she wants to avoid that or go the indie route.
Based on how she's handling fame, she seems game for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost in that spot because I didn't watch that Superman and Lois show, but she was on that show.
Yeah.
So it's like she kind of they might have picked her up at the right time, just like Hollywood was picking up Timothy Chalamet,
Right,
where
right.
like he was semi mid-20s, and you're like, oh, I might have seen him before. He's got this good-looking young guy. Yeah, I could see
Mm-hmm.
him in the next thing. So like, what's going to be her Dune? What's going to be her,
Yeah, because
her Wonka?
it's part of the X-Men rumors. I've heard her as part of the X-Men rumors too. So that's
Well,
like I
if
don't
she
know.
was like Jubilee or Kitty Pride or
Yeah,
something again that didn't warrant, again, she was Rogue. I mean, she seems more so. I mean, they've always talked about. I think was it Emerald Fennell room. I think she said she turned down um, Santana. She
mm,
could maybe be a good Santana
right.
for the DCU,
Oh, she could be Zatanna. Yeah, yeah, I could see
um,
that. Yeah,
but yeah, like I mean, much like other people, like as soon as they blow up, it's like, well, what 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 are the projects? Just like we'll just bring them to you. I mean,
yeah,
because most importantly, she has the online cachet, which is what they're trying to go for people to get movies greenlit. It's like it
yeah.
doesn't matter if the box office is saying it as
People will
much
go
as
see it
like
just for her.
if
Yeah,
they're seeing it because people are following online, or if you got a certain appeal outside of the actual movie itself, because that's what you know to a success, but as people alluded to when we lost the Oscar, his detriment, what Chalamet was trying to do with like win the internet, win the actual film circle of like
yeah.
bridging the two together. And I don't think that hurt him. I think people just finally realized, even though I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, I know
Yeah,
it's been so, but Michael B. Jordan that was the best performance he'll ever give, and he deserved
yeah.
that Oscar, as I was saying the whole time.
And Timothy gonna be
So
up for 1 million of them.
he'll probably be up for Dune. I'm trying to avoid that Dune 3 trailer. I see the Odyssey tomorrow, so I'll probably see it then. But
Hey
but
man,
yeah, then
he going all out. He took
I,
that
I,
Oscar loss personally, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I think he takes everything personally though, because I think he knows like, hey, I'm like if it's not, I think he knows he's better than Tom Holland. No offense to
Yeah,
Tom Holland, because I think we all know Tom Holland's a one trick pony, and that pony is Spider Man.
yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is like,
I'm doing it all.
I'm doing this. The only thing he can't do is gain weight. That's the only thing he
That's
can't
it.
do.
That's the only thing, bro. So if he ever had to get buff, man, good luck, bro. But I don't see it.
Oh, that's here. We'll end real quick because I wanted going back to the World Cup and like, so who are you actually rooting for in the World Cup
In the
2026?
well, in the
You're
World
rooting
Cup,
for Spain. You've been a
France.
Spain fan.
I
Oh,
like
France.
Spain,
Okay.
but France. But I was like, the dictator Mbappe won't allow us to reach our potential as a team. So I was like, I was good with any result from them.
Because I would say as of right again, anytime it comes a major tournament comes around, I'll root for England. So like England's high on my favorite team rankings, but the spot that you're in with the Knicks just won a title,
Yeah.
the Liberty won a title before that,
Yep.
France had a good run.
Yep.
So how are you feeling about your favorite sports teams? Where do you rank? Obviously, the Knicks are number one. How do you rank your favorite sport
The
teams
Knicks
right
are
now?
always going to be number one in my heart. You know what I mean?
Really, no
But
matter even through the bad years, they were still one.
always number one. Always
Okay.
and forever, bro. Because I always tell people the Knicks are the great unifier. You're like, you may be a Yankee fan, you might be a Met fan, you might be a Giant.
I bet you find her in the other way of like Paisans and the Puerto Ricans and those over there. We all get together. You know what?
No,
I bet you find her in that
they
way.
bring
Like,
us together, bro. Like the Knicks to bring New York together, man. But yeah, Knicks, Yankees,
so the
and
Yankees at two.
yeah, Yankees, Liberty.
So, but don't you think the Yankees at this point in the Judge Boone era, is it time to blow it up?
Oh, it's been time for years. I've been saying that. Like the
Yeah,
Yankees
but I mean,
won't do
do you
anything
have
until Boone and Cashman are gone. That's it.
But you got to know Aaron Judge is also the problem.
Oh yeah. He's not the leader they want him to be. You know what I mean?
But also, like, I'm a Bryce Harper guy. People
Yeah, I love
always
Bryce.
shit on
I love
Bryce Harper.
Bryce.
But Bryce Harper will at least produce in bigger moments than Mike Trout,
Yeah.
than Aaron Judge,
Mhm.
and a whole bunch of like for as up and down and as fucking crazy and out there as he is as a person. But as a player, I would still take the gamble of like strikeout or home run versus Aaron Judge, who just I don't think
He shies away from the big
I don't
moments.
think he has killer instinct the way Bryce Harper's like, I'll bring the fucking challenge. Like,
No.
And if I look embarrassed after, hey, I tried. All right. Whereas
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has that kind of like England mindset of like play the defense, like play
play it safe. Like, bro, go hit it out the
versus the
fucking
Mike
park.
Trout thing, which is like, all right, congratulate. Like it's a DeMar DeRozan thing. You're averaging 20% for 15 years. Big deal, DeMar DeRozan. Like, you've been on how many titles have you won? How many?
Yeah,
What have
and
you
he's
done
such
to
a.
show for your work?
And the thing I don't like about Judge too is like he's such a
They,
contrast to what we had as Jeter for Jeter, man. Jeter was just like, man, I'm gonna put the team, I'm gonna collect all these guys together and just do my best, and it worked out. But Judge isn't like that. He shies away from when the big moments, man.
so you're saying, yeah, Yankees at 2, Liberty at 3, Jets at 4,
all the way at the bottom, all the way at the bottom.
So you got Manchester United at 4.
Yeah, exactly. Then the Jets are all the way
So
in the mud.
Hopefully a full year of Michael Carrick at the helm.
Yeah.
Michael with channeling his best Sir Alex, changing the Gaffa, challenging the Bucks,
Like the thing is, these signings we made this summer, I'm just like, oh, these are the most safest, boringest signings.
I was about to say, and people have alluded to like what's that hold for Manu's future, because there's a lot of midfield depth to put around him. And at the same time, it's like, are they just trying to make it a more team-oriented team? The way that, again, like, we don't need big flashy stars. We need teamwork. We need cohesiveness. We need someone, again, like they're going
the anti-England route, which is go get the biggest stars and put them on the team. That's hurt us before. That hasn't worked for us. So if we get a bunch of solid guys and we kill you by death of 1,000 cuts, that's just how we're gonna move.
Which is the Michael Carrick style as a player. Like, we knew Michael Carrick wasn't gonna score 10 goals, but like that's why I liked him. He did that nitty gritty type of stuff. He was very role playerish and had that Jay Crowder vibe, which is why I like Jay Crowder. Like, this guy's gonna do the stuff that you don't see on the box score type of stuff. But
I think the only thing that hurts us is we need Sesko to you need to be a killer, or we need to go get a killer up top.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're gonna be fine there.
So you got United. You want and then Jets after that, or do you root for any other sports that or any other soccer leagues that?
When it comes to I like watching the Bundesliga, so like Bayern
moving
Munich,
to USA, moving to USA.
Yeah, finally, thank God that ESPN deal. Some people don't like it, but I was like, I could take it. USA is not bad.
I don't like it because what I loved about the World Cup coverage is that I watched all the games on Peacock with the Telemundo coverage.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't have YouTube TV anymore because they just got too outrageously priced.
Yeah.
So if I want Fox, I'm gonna have to either get Fox One or just cave and probably cancel my stuff during college.
Or just watch it on, like a lot of people was doing, like I was doing, just watch it on TikTok, brother. Yo, bro, people were pirating the fuck out of it.
For football season, I'll probably need Fox for because again, the Niners play on Fox primarily more than they do on CBS with the whole NFC and Fox, AFC, CBS deal.
Yeah.
So I'll have to cave and that because normally, I mean, I don't, like I was telling this to the banks, like with the way that the TV deals are structured out, Fox doesn't have too much stuff in terms of like what you actually need to watch. Like, all right, some baseball games. If the Giants aren't going to be in the playoffs, I'm going to watch. When I get to my team rankings, I'll get to them. But like, but like ESPN just like punting on some stuff, but overpaying WWE and overpaying this. So like,
I know people try to make it spin it like, oh, the ESPN, the deal is fine with WWE. I know they regret that deal, bro.
Oh, ESPN is like, we wish we were out of this deal because they hate promoting it. You can tell across all platforms that they hate having to do we got a Night of Champions on and who's joining us?
Roman Reigns,
football player. Yeah. This guy played football, and Stephen A. You got a steel cage matches. It's a crazy match. It's
you guys know about Randy Savage.
I already do most of the time a Mad Dog Russo opinion. What do you mean you having a match? A steel cage. What do you mean you having a match? Like.
Oh, you guys know Harley Race? Yeah. That's.
But so you got Bayern Munich as your Bundesliga team. You root for Barcelona in La Liga?
Nah, I root for neither of them. I like to see the destruction of Real Madrid and Barcelona. I can't lie.
When it comes to, I'm as basic. I root for United. Real Madrid.
Okay.
I haven't tapped into League in Bundesliga as much to care about those.
If you really like,
I mean, I would say I like Dortmund because of what they're. When I started getting into soccer, that's when they
were really good. Yeah.
They were producing all the guys at Bayern and PSG and all those guys, and United were stealing. So, and I like the black and yellow color scheme. So I would say I would probably pick Dortmund over Bayern.
I like Dortmund.
Bundesliga. And then league in Serie A, it's tough with Serie A.
I can't watch Italian soccer, bro. It's too
Well,
boring.
I've never made really the time for it too, but in all
Yeah.
the teams, I do like how it is more like Napoli, Inter, AC, Juve. Like I do like how it kind of seems more different. But my dad had a Juve shirt growing up, but I would always say it Juventus, like Juventud
Yeah.
Carrera.
Like who? Yeah, exactly. That was me
my
too.
dad, so that's why my dad had to explain it to me. No, it's Juventus. Like, so I'd be like, oh, Juventus. Like, I would always pronounce, like, I would say Joaquin Phoenix when I was a kid because I was like, you have to say J's. My mom was like, no, it's Joaquin. The J's
silent. It's silent.
But yeah, so I've never really tapped into as much here, even though again they've had Pulisic and Serie A with AC and so I've never made much time for that. But
you know what's a league you would like just skill wise and you'll see all the future stars? The Eredivisie, the Dutch league.
That's the other because they have PSV, right? They
PSV, Ajax,
yeah,
Rotterdam.
Yeah. But do you watch any NWSL? Do you watch the Gotham FC?
Yeah, I watch Gotham FC, but I'm more of a Spirit fan. Watch the Spirit fan.
Oh, Trinity Rodman, yeah.
I'm more of a Spirit fan.
All right, and then just trying to think. So yeah, your list. I mean, so Jets at the bottom.
The mud.
Aaron Glenn, after 5 weeks, are you ready to cut the cord if it's one win?
No, my thing is Aaron Glenn, like, bro, I just need to see some type of improvement. It doesn't even have to be a lot, bro. We just got to be a little bit better than we were last season, and I'm in on Aaron Glenn. I feel like he got a rough shakeout.
When you were last here, I think it was the college football preview. Yep. I said I wasn't a believer in Dante Moore. Are you glad he didn't declare, so they had to take him at 2?
As a fan of Dante Moore, the best thing he could have ever did was stay in college, bro.
I see Bryce Young when I see Dante Moore. I see a guy who's not going to make any big passes.
No,
I don't think he has it. Like the Bryce Young thing, I'm like, if anyone in Carolina is optimistic because they had a competitive playoff game despite having a losing record to get into the playoffs, I'm like,
exactly. Nobody mentions that they had a losing record.
I mentioned it. Yeah. I mentioned it last week. I'm just like, I'm never gonna let this go. This should have not happened. Like, it's my same thing with the play-in. The Warriors should have not been in the play-in. You can't be in the play-in games or in the playoffs if you aren't at least 500. You at least gotta go 41-41.
Exactly, I agree.
But yeah, so my list would be
what's the teams, bro? What's your list, bro?
I think just because Kyle Shanahan has continued to do the most with everything stacked against him, the Niners have to be 1.
Yeah.
The Valkyries are 2.
I love the Valkyries. I love watching the Valkyries.
Despite the pure incompetence with picking Yuste Yosete, and not playing her. Trading out of Flage Jensen for a woman that they cut 2 weeks later.
Yep.
But Nakasi is a real coach.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I didn't tweet out what I wanted to say about Caitlin Shen during the first game. I'm so glad that was a take of like, I'm so glad. That's one of those ones like, see, this is why I don't tweet a lot because the tweets I'd look back and be like, and I won't tweet whatever I say, but I'd be like, damn. But I'll also own my losses too. Yeah, I thought Dominic Mysterio was going to be good. I was dead wrong. I mean, I was like, as a worker, like I thought he was going to be like, hanging in there.
He shows so much potential, bro. I can't lie.
In brief spots, I'm like, this kid's a natural, and then we see like he has no progression as a worker whatsoever. So the Valkyries at 2. Veronica Burton, my
favorite. That's my favorite player. Yeah, I love her, bro.
But the Gabby Williams thing. But however, and that's when they were like trying to. I'm like, you re-signed Tiffany Hayes for that much, and like, that was ridiculous. So it's like they've done some stuff at the same time. They've built a solid team. My only thing is, I tweeted this though. I think they can beat the Liberty every time they face them. And you've seen that.
They're a matchup nightmare. But
they can't beat Las Vegas ever. They can't beat Minnesota ever. So that's my only thing is like they have to look out where if Minnesota and Las Vegas face each other in that side of the bracket, that's the only way they can get to finals. I think they can beat every other team in the league except those 2. So I'd have the Valkyries at 3. I mean, at 2. Sorry. At 3, I have a lot of my teams are bad.
Giants.
I watched they're going to be at the bottom.
They're your Jets. They're your Jets.
Yes. So, I watched the Premier League lacrosse. They got a California team there. So I've always wanted to get into lacrosse. I've spent the last 2 years getting into it. So they would be 3, even though they've had a bad season compared to the way that they finished the season before that. The way that I'm rooting for United, it's like I said earlier, it's still at that like don't hurt me, but I wanna love you at the same time. So I'm keeping with Leeds. I wanted to root for Leeds because the Niners own them as well, but they were in the championship stage the first season I started rooting for them. So I saw them lose the play in the previous year where they would have been what's the opposite of relegation? Promotion.
Promoted.
Yeah, they would have been promoted. So I watched that game. So I'm like, oh, the next season I'll watch because they're fully being in the championship. That way I can keep an eye on them, keep an eye on United. But it was still during. I was never going to make time to watch Ten Hag games, and the Anarin thing after two games, I'm like, I'm never going to make it.
EVL,
all the Kobe Mainu stuff. I'm going to say, it's just like the Rashford thing. They're picking on the black guy. They're picking on the black guy, and they don't want to say it. Like, so I'm not going to stand for that. But, so I would keep an eye on Leeds, and when they made it, they were promoted last year, and they had a decent season for what they had.
Yeah,
so I would
cool.
put them and United at 4.
Okay.
At 5, I would put Bay FC, which is the women's soccer team.
Okay.
They had a bad year last year, but then they got let go of their coach. I think he just picked a lot of bad lineups.
Yeah, team selection is important, man.
Yeah, and they let a key player go, and I feel like that was because she was never constantly getting picked. So they would be 5, and they're having an up and down season now as well. Like I said, Real Madrid, I was trying to watch Real Madrid last year just because with Mbappe and Bellingham of it all, but I wasn't keeping as in touch.
They were worth the watch just for the chaos of the team last year.
We didn't even group in college football, but when you and I will talk about college football, we'll do that later on. But because Notre Dame is my team, and obviously as we talked about before, they bitched out because they didn't get their way with the play-in. So they started crying. They would technically probably be 4, but the way that they handle that, I can't respect it. But the Giants are at the bottom because the whole the Buster Posey. It's just like you can't put someone in the front office and think because they were a great player, it's going to work.
Yeah.
And
the tell is oldest time, bro.
I hate every time it's like, let's just bring back the guys from the successful era. That doesn't work either.
Never works.
Hiring Tommy Vitalo from Tennessee, I wasn't mad at. It's the first time a team's ever hired a coach from college. I'm like, all right, be the first team to take that risk. But then the up and down lineups, they go from shutting teams out to being shut out. It's just like that's
some of their moves is just confusing to me.
They're like, we're gonna pay Adames. We might trade Adames. We're gonna trade for Devers, and now Kyle Harrison is killing it in Milwaukee. Where it's like they don't even want Devers.
Yeah, now they're trying to get rid of Devers.
And now they're like, they were the only team to sign Luis Sarra, even though he was like the most consistent hitter in baseball. And they're like, does anyone want Luis Sarra? And it's like, any takers? I'm like, if they trade Jung-Hoo Lee, I'll be out because he's the only guy.
Yeah, he's the only bright spot. Yeah,
him and Elliot Ramos. But the main thing too was the whole, and I spoke on this on a solo episode, so was the Pride Hat fiasco.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I'm like, nope, I'm out on you after that because when those guys are clearly making a statement about the Pride Hats, if you were going to write religious stuff on your hat every day, no issue. All right.
Yeah.
But this specific night, you chose to write scripture.
Yeah.
Now, and you will be like, hey, we're just trying to. Why can't we just make it about baseball? I'm just trying to do my job or whatever. No. I can't co-sign. It helped.
Can't have it both ways. It
helped the next night when the Valkyries won and like we did it for the gays because they had their Pride night or it was during. So it was like, see, you're getting shown up.
Yeah.
By the team that's really successful. So the Giants are my Jets because it's like you and I have seen better days with them.
Yep.
The highs are high with them, but also baseball is a longer season compared to after 6 weeks. There's a good chance the Jets might not
even matter in my world anymore.
Yeah, well, not rip off a 9-win streak or go 8-2 for the final 10 games and like get the playoff spot. But like, if you're gonna be this bad in July, I'm not gonna waste my time for August and then September just for you to be like, hey. Because they already were like next year's schedule. I'm like, you giving up already? Or does every team release the schedule in July? I want to know because what's going on?
For baseball, I give teams to the All-Star game to see if I care about them. If you're not good by the All-Star game, I don't care, brother.
But like I said, every time I'd watch, they would either get shelled or kick the other team's ass. And I'm like, how can you be this?
It's too high and go,
you're
bro.
like,
you look at a Giant score and be like, oh yeah, the day before they lost.
Yeah, I forgot they were playing last night because I was watching Obsession and I turned on and they started beating Seattle even more. But I bet if I turned into today's score, I'd be like Seattle 10, San Francisco 3. And I'd be like, where were the bats at tonight? Where did you? But oh yeah,
They're so
it's just
streaky.
mainly the idea that like we're gonna overpay guys that no one wants, and be like,
Absolutely.
would you like a trade? Would you like to trade for these guys that no one
Would you?
signed?
Can I
Like
offer you?
we, yeah, that
That's
mindset
crazy.
to me. Oh, because like then just don't sign anyone. Just keep the money. Just
Yeah,
keep it. I'd rather you be cheap than overpay.
yeah. And then be selling by the time the trade deadline comes around.
Yeah, but the Niners being at number one is like it's like the begrudging number one of like because at the same time I know like
You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna break my
you're
heart.
gonna break my heart, and like you clearly don't see McCaffrey isn't the same McCaffrey, but Shanahan's like, let's run him again, and I'm like, he can't. He
He
can't.
runs him
Like,
into the ground every
just
season.
make him a slot receiver already. That's what he's a glorified slot receiver. And then
Make him the third down back or something.
George
man.
Kittle off the Achilles, and then the Brandon Ayuk thing is still like
Yo, what's going on with IU?
Oh
bro?
my god! If you want to talk about that, it's just how can someone be like, I'm gonna go play for another team, and the other team's like,
We don't want you, bro.
who told this guy that? Debo Samuel's not even on the team technically, and it's like, and do you think Jaden Daniels, who's coming off the sophomore slump, wants to throw to this guy?
And you're shitting on him too? Like,
Yeah, it's
oh my god.
And I mean, that was one of those times like maybe that much money does fuck with you mentally, because how can you go from like this guy's going to be a top 10 wide receiver for the next 2 or 3 years to like you haven't played a single game in the last 2 years?
Bro, it's like as soon as he signed that deal, it just a switch went off. It's crazy.
And what didn't help was that that podcast that Debo Samuel had, that only episode I watched was of him and Ayuk. And you could tell they were two guys who kind of like felt a way about not getting as much as they felt they deserved. But at the same time, it's like, but you're not Jamar Chase.
You're not, bro.
You're
and you work better as a tandem. So both you guys can get paid.
And you know, like, you're like Debo Samuel, you're not going to get those jump balls.
Nope.
You're not going to jump up in the air across the middle. Like you, again, and Ayuk, like,
you're not running these jet sweeps. Like
exactly. Like you need, like, you got to streak down the field. Like I trust you when you're going deep. Like you're not going to do the extra playmaker stuff. Like, it was that thing of like the team that, which is like I said, like I'm always going to trust Kyle Shanahan. It's that mindset of like I'm until they say like enough is enough, or he goes like on a James Franklin Penn State thing where like, all right, 3 losses in a row now. No. This can and you have no injuries, you have nothing to blame, even though Brock Purdy, like I like I said, I didn't want to pay him. So anyone who wants Brock Purdy, they can take him.
He's yours.
I'll be good with Mac Jones for a year, then we can draft a guy.
Yeah.
So,
but which I think is gonna happen, man. I think is gonna happen.
Oh, I hope it does, because I mean, hey, if Arch Manning has another 9-3 year and slips, I ain't gonna be mad at Kyle Shanahan being like, let me mold Arch Manning. Let me see what I can do with this kid's rocket arm and athletic ability.
Exactly.
Despite the fact that he's not accurate, but hey, like you can teach accuracy over time.
At least he's athletic, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, that's the other thing. How much are you looking forward to the college football season?
Oh, this is gonna be a historically good college football season.
I mean, I think you and I are both in on the LSU bandwagon just for the drama.
Brother,
of like,
I'm an Ole Miss fan, so when
I know we talked about that, because I told you I was like because of the way that it was like Lane Kiffin became the story with his like turn, his personal turnaround. But once I saw Chambliss play, I'm like, this is my type of quarterback.
Yep.
So I was rooting for them that whole run, but I want to see Lane Kiffin at LSU.
When he has to come to Mississippi, they're gonna need no bullshit. Ultra side, they're gonna need the military to bring him in, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be that.
He's gonna get the Goldberg entrance. He's gonna get the.
It's gonna be rough, bro, and I will be there watching.
But there's that. There's Kyle Whittingham at Michigan. Now that Sharon Moore is gone, so like,
and
you got is Bryce Underwood going to show he's worth that much money with a real offensive coach at the helm?
Underwood is transferring
again. The Arch Manning like make or break year with him and Sark. I think more so it's Sarkisian's issue than Arch's issue.
Well, I think it's time for Sarkisian to go, in my opinion. But time will reveal on Sarkisian.
And then there's also, again,
Notre Dame of all of it all.
The Notre Dame, like right now, you have to at least go 11-1. Now we know for sure you have to go 11-1.
And then Bama, like, what is Bama going to do? Because they haven't been Bama for a while.
I think it's over for Bama. I think their time is done. Yeah.
I think Kevin. Man, if he doesn't get them to at least the semis, it's over.
I think it's over for Bama and Oklahoma
Yeah.
And Georgia, I'm not so sure
No,
yet.
I think Georgia's eternal, bro. I think Georgia is gonna be good
But
forever, bro.
Miami getting Mensa,
Yeah.
and again LSU getting Chambliss back.
Yep.
I mean, Ole Miss getting Chambliss back, so that they're another team that could be up there. So it's the thing where the teams that repeated last year, how many? I mean, the teams that made last year, how many will repeat in those playoff spots?
Yep.
Probably a decent amount. But at the same time, Texas Tech, the whole Sorsby of it all,
Yeah.
like so now they're in the same position
All
they
the
were
Florida
last
teams you
year.
got to watch out for because you never
I
know.
also like the Gators, but they will not have a good year. You cannot put all that pressure on them to be good right away. I don't think DJ Lagway will be good at Baylor as well. I don't.
Oh yeah, no. I think Lagway's kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and this will probably be the final prime season in Colorado. They go,
Yeah.
they go
They're gonna,
4-8 or 5-7.
he's out.
And it's
He's going
he's
home.
done after that.
Over. Yeah.
Which hurts. Like, so is Julian Lewis gonna ever show that he was worth the hype or no?
Never, bro. I don't think so.
Not
because of him.
But it's that thing of like the first time I saw the Mikey Williams highlights, I'm like, this guy seems too short to be
elite
good at the next. Yeah, to be good at the next level, and then all the gun stuff happened, and that ended up sabotaging his career more than actually being able to play in the league. So I'm like, would we have ever known? And Mikey Williams is that good? I feel like the Julian Lewis thing is that same thing. Like this guy seems too small to try to be that good. Even
I just don't think it's going to transition at a real level. You know?
Yeah. The Bryce Young thing, as like I said, as you see, like it was clearly Nick Saban in a college safe system of like you got weapons, you got a coach who's going to take care of you. Then you go to a bad team like the Panthers,
you get exposed for what you are.
Your flaws are going to be on the national level. But yeah, the college football season, I'm looking forward to.
It's going to be so good, bro. I can't wait.
I mean, that first week, and again, will this be the final Dabo Sweeney season in Clemson?
Yeah, I thought Dabo was going after last season. That shit just was a train wreck.
Will Bill Belichick make it through the whole season? Well, it's got all the storylines to be like, hot damn, college Saturdays.
Oh yeah, man. That first Saturday, oh man, don't nobody try to reach me, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot to look forward to in the fall.
Absolutely.
But thank you for stopping by. Promote what
of course, bro. Black Variant on everything. Follow me, Van from New York, from NY on Twitter. Appreciate you guys, man. Can't wait to be back on here, man.
Yeah, again, anytime. I was gonna try to get you on something a while back. I was in the hospital. We didn't do the college football recap of everything that played out. Remember, I had said like Miami. I said I think Miami could beat Ohio State if they got by Texas A&M.
Did.
But I didn't think they'd go all the way. Texas A&M is another team I'm looking forward to because I like Marcel Reed.
Yeah, Marcel Reed.
They can kind of get over the. I feel like he and Chambliss should be the Heisman front runners right away.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I didn't see it playing out the way it did with Miami making it all the way because I'm like, I feel like they could beat Ohio State just because I didn't believe in saying and all that. But,
yeah, but was not a believer in saying.
At that point, yeah, it just was what it was. So, but no, yeah, we gotta get you on. Like I said, X at the same time. So hopefully we can get together for us for that Comic-Con weekend. Because I also feel like something will be up the sleeve for James Gunn. I feel he might do that kind of like behind the scenes. Here's tomorrow. I feel like he'll want to try to steal the thunder with all the.
Yeah, he'll drop a screenshot of all the actors together or some shit. Yeah, yeah.
And because that's the other thing, they have nothing else like, and a new look at Clayface. Like, oh my god, like what else do you have to show us from Clayface or like Creature?
How many times?
Season 2? And
we done had like 3 different teas for Clayface, bro. Like, we heard you the first time, bro.
That's the problem with him being at the helm of DC. They just don't have anything else on the burner. I mean, what Marvel's done is spent the last 2 years taking stuff off the burner to put the primary focus
on.
So yeah, this is the make or break for them. But anytime, you're welcome. And like I said, tomorrow,
appreciate it, man.
The Hate Pod, Return of the Haters,
be here
Rise of the Haters, Cody, Dre, and I, one-on-one, like y'all have been clamoring for, a match, years in the making.
Yeah,
it's the it's Okada Omega, the return like it was last year. Do we still have the same moves, the same spots?
We're doing callbacks to spots.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, again, he was already shitting on Jay White, and I said, all right, you know what?
Enough.
I can't stand by that. I can't stand by you saying, "How can I hate Sami Zayn?" But how can I like Jay White? That does not stand. I don't even hate Sami Zayn. I just thought the title win was ridiculous. That was my point. So Cody Dre will return tomorrow. Banks and I will probably be back next week talking about Odyssey because hopefully we'll both have seen it by then. Because I'll be seeing Odyssey tomorrow. I was thinking of like trying to plan this weekend. I'm like, all right, how do I fit 3 hours into my schedule?
How I maneuver this, yeah.
And some other movie news that we didn't put on today's show. But Van, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you all next time.
It's all
England